Well, hello. We are live. We live, but I don't know where my phone at. Y'all hold on for a moment. We live for our watch party. Give me just a moment. Let me go find my phone. All right, I'm back. We back. We live. We are live. We are here. Let me let the people know that we are live. Oh boy. We live, y'all. Right now they have the former lieutenant governor of Georgia. He is on.
For Donald Trump.
I got some sushi. I got my Red Bull.
Party is not civil or conservative.
We drinking peach and nectarine Red Bull today.
The only thing left to do is dump Trump.
I got my chopsticks. I got my sushi.
These days, our party acts more like a cult.
We are ready.
Worshipping a felonious thug. Look, you don't have to agree with every policy position of Kamala Harris. I don't. But you do have to recognize her prosecutor mindset that understands right from wrong.
Hey, everybody,
good
as y'all
from
come
evil.
in.
She's a
Thank y'all
steady
for being
hand
here again.
and will bring leadership to the White House that Donald Trump could never do. Let me be clear to my Republican friends at home watching. If you vote for Kamala Harris in 2024, you're not a Democrat, you're a patriot.
Let me share this out.
In our family, my wife Brooke and I are raising 3 boys, and we have a family motto. And it says, doing the right thing will never be the wrong thing. During 2020, during just the lowest of lows, when we had armed officers outside our house protecting us from other Republicans, Donald Trump had targeted us. My son came downstairs and he handed me this coaster that I'd given him years before at a father-son retreat for our church. And he said, hey, Dad, doing the right thing will never be the wrong thing. Stay strong.
There's the link for anybody.
To my fellow Republicans at home that want to pivot back towards policy, empathy, and tone, you know the right thing to do. Now let's have the courage to do it in November. Thank you, and God bless you.
We will never give up. We will never concede. It doesn't happen. You don't concede when there's theft involved.
Oh boy, y'all know I like to take breaks when these little clips come on because I never know what music they're gonna play. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. We are on day 3 of the watch party. Your boy got food today because y'all not gonna starve me to death today. No ma'am, no God. I got some sushi. I got a good little sushi spot by my house where it's nothing but Asian people that go there. So good. Let me get y'all. I'm sorry for talking with my mouth full, but let me get y'all the schedule for tonight. Okay, so tonight, that is Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan. We just heard. Next, we'll have Democratic representative out of the state of Mississippi, Benny Thompson, a good Kappa man. Then we'll have Sergeant Aquilino Gonell, retired U.S. Capitol Police officer. We'll have Representative Andy Kim of New Jersey, Olivia Juliana, a content creator. Stevie Wonder will perform. Kenan Thompson will go after that. Mindy Kaling will be after him. Then we'll have House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, followed by Bill Clinton, followed by Nancy Pelosi, followed by Governor Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania. We'll have Alexander Hudlin, Jasper Emhoff, Arden Emhoff, Senator Catherine Cortez Masto of Nevada. Amanda Gorman will be performing one of her poems tonight, and she will go just before Governor Wes Moore of Maryland. That ought to be good, y'all. Oh wow, I'm looking forward to that. I love Amanda Gorman. You'll then have Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, John Legend, and Sheila E. will then perform after that. You'll have Senator Amy Klobuchar next, and then you'll have one of Tim Walz's students, Benjamin Ingman, will introduce Tim Walz, and he'll be the last speaker before the benediction. So that's our schedule for tonight. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Amanda Gorman, y'all. And Wes Moore. I want to hear Bill Clinton as well. I definitely want to hear Bill Clinton.
They were peaceful people. These were great people. The crowd was
Who are y'all looking forward to hearing? Yeah, Amanda's going to be good. I did see the parents of the hostages. I did watch that. My only thing is, I do want them to be fair. Because if you're going to have the parents of the hostages, why wouldn't you have maybe a family member, mom, sister, son, daughter, somebody of one of the Palestinians, one of the thousands of the Palestinians that's been killed? So that's what I wish they had.
On January 6th, like most of my colleagues, I had one goal: to uphold the votes of the American people, the cornerstone of our American democracy. But as what you've just witnessed, let me remind you that the members of that violent mob had another goal. They wanted to stop the peaceful transfer of power for the first time in American democracy. Thank God they failed. Because in this country, we settle our differences at the ballot box, not through violence. It took a long time to get here, and we are not going back. Because I remember that dark history. It's my own history. In this life, my father never cast a vote because of Jim Crow. So I dedicated my career to protecting the votes against violence and discrimination. You can imagine what I felt on January 6th when I saw with my own eyes those insurrectionists trying to take that away. They did it to rob millions of Americans of their votes. They did it because Donald Trump couldn't handle losing. He lied about the election fraud. He called his conspiracy-led mob to Washington. He would rather subvert democracy than submit to it. Now, he's plotting again. His campaign proclaims that elections won't end until the moment of inauguration. We will win or it was rigged. We win or else. This is Donald Trump's America. Elections are about choice. Choose democracy, not political violence. Choose the America we've always taught our children to love. Choose Kamala Harris.
All right. I see you. I see you, Fire. Yo, to the nuke.
Please welcome former
I don't know
United
who's
States Capitol
MCing.
Police Sergeant
Earlier, it was Cory
Hakeem
Booker. He was MCing earlier. I don't know who's MCing now. Yvette. I don't know. I gotta look it up. This is one of the Capitol Police officers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Come on, Indiana Love, Janae.
Thank you. Before I begin, I need to acknowledge the sacrifices that 5 officers who died as a result of January 6 made on that day. My name is Aquilino Gonell. I immigrated to the U.S. from the Dominican Republic when I was 12. I became an American citizen. I was a sergeant in the U.S. Army and a Capitol Police officer. I had seen violence while serving in Iraq, but nothing prepared me for January 6th. We officers risked everything to protect innocent people. We were beaten and blinded. I was assaulted with a pole attached to the American flag. President Trump summoned our attackers and sided with them. He betrayed us. When I joined the Army and Capitol Police, I took an oath to defend the Constitution. I did so with duty in my soul, and I still feel it.
That's good shit, Janae. Good
To
shit.
Donald Trump, I asked, why don't you? On January 6th, I nearly died protecting the Capitol, and I will do it again for our democracy. The way to preserve it is to elect Kamala Harris, our first female commander-in-chief.
I feel like tonight
Please welcome New Jersey
they're going to
Representative
try to.
Andy Kim.
Last night was Black Night. Let's be clear. Tonight They're trying to reach white America, Midwest America. Trust me.
When I was a kid, my parents brought me to the Capitol. They taught me that it's sacred ground, a symbol of our democracy. When I got to Congress, I was excited to bring my little boys to the same beautiful building. I asked them, "Do you like the Capitol?" And my oldest son, Austin, said, "I love the Capitol, and lowercase too." They are so sweet. But shortly after, we saw something unimaginable. A mob tearing down flags, assaulting police officers. That night, I walked into the rotunda. The floor was covered in broken glass and garbage, strewn with the chaos unleashed by Donald Trump. And I thought to myself, how did it get this bad? So I did the only thing I could think of. I grabbed the trash bag and started cleaning up.
I know that's right. That sounds like something a black person
What I
would do.
learned on January 6th is that all of us are caretakers for our great republic. We can heal this country, but only if we try. Many of you are doing your part through your voices and your votes. Always remember, this chaos that we see, it doesn't have to be this way. As a father,
That's a powerful
I
image right
refuse
there.
to believe that our kids are doomed to grow up in a broken America. There is a hunger right now in this country for a new generation of leadership to step up. Let's choose Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Let's do this for our kids and our grandkids. Thank you.
I like that, Representative Kim. That was a powerful image right there. You know, and you know, him being an immigrant, person of color, that's something that we do. You know, we got to get it from the soil.
Please
We see
welcome
dirt, we go
Olivia
pick that shit up.
Juliana.
And we say, hey, somebody got to clean this mess up.
Hello from a proud Texas Democrat. This November, I'll cast my first vote in a presidential election ever. The fact is, our right to vote is under attack. I've seen it. Long wait lines. People blocked from registering to vote. Texans denied our voice. Donald Trump's Republicans are making it harder.
Apparently,
for us
she's the
to
content
vote.
creator. I don't know
We
her.
won't let them get away with it. And Kamala Harris won't let them get away with it either. She's fought for our freedoms.
They had
She's
another
fought for
content
our
creator
voice.
on earlier.
But we
He had
will
like
only
14
be
million
heard if we vote.
subscribers, I think,
As
on
the
TikTok.
saying goes,
I'm not
if
familiar
you're
with her.
not at the
If y'all know who
table,
she is, let me
you're on
know.
the menu. So Gen Z, let's take our seat in our democracy and cast our ballots this November for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. And now, ladies and gentlemen, American icon Stevie Wonder.
Come on, Stevie. Yes, Stevie. I'm just going to have to take the copyright hit for Stevie. We love Stevie. We loves us some Stevie. Stevie! Stevie! Stevie!
I love you. I just want to say, I love you. I love you.
We love you
Every
too,
song that I
Stevie.
sing, every song that I've written, it's because of my love for you right here. But this year I've prayed very hard for peace to come to our world's nations, but also to each one of our hearts. Even though our hearts have been beaten and broken, beyond prayer, I know the importance of action, and now is the time to understand where we are and what it will take to win. Win the broken hearts. Win the disenchanted. Win the angry spirits. Now is the time. This is the moment to remember when you tell your children where you were and what you did. As we stand between history's pain and tomorrow's promises, we must choose courage over complacency. It is time to get up and go vote.
Come on, Stevie.
Listen, the choice is clear than anyone else is saying. Did you hear me? Clear than anyone else is saying. You feel me? We need to choose joy over anger, kindness over recrimination, and peace over war. Every time. We must choose to be above the ugly words, the hateful anger, and the division those words and anger create. We must keep on keeping on until we truly are a united people of these United States.
Yet to be.
And then we will reach our higher ground. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready to reach your higher ground? Are you ready to reach our higher ground? Tell me. I want to hear you again. Are you ready? Are we ready? Because you know we need Kamala Harris. Yes, we do. And we need a great man, as we do have, as a future vice president. You know that. So you know what? I'm depending on you to do, as Spike Lee would say, the right thing. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Are you ready? Mosky, are you ready?
I'm ready, Steve.
Dancers, are you ready?
All right, we need everybody. Clap your hands like this. Everybody clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap.
Somebody help the man get to the keyboard. The man had to find the keyboard on his own.
Here we go.
Are y'all ready?
Oh, you're gonna have to get louder than that.
I want y'all to sing it with me. Come on. People.
You sing.
Keep on lying.
Why did the man have to find it on his own? They make the man find his own keyboard. The man is blind.
Keep on turning.
Come on, Stevie.
Are y'all with me? Keep on lying.
Oprah coming tonight?
While your people keep on dying. Keep on turning. Listen to all these songs. Oh, yeah.
I know they're gonna give me one more nasty copyright claim for this one. I don't Jim Bunny, I don't see Oprah on the agenda for tonight. I looked at the schedule, I should say. I didn't see her. You know what, Ty? You stupid. Have you ever seen the man's eyes? Y'all always got smoke for Oprah. Oprah ain't did nothing to nobody.
Somebody scream!
You say Oprah is scheduled to speak? She might be, but she's not on the schedule, I should say. Not the schedule that I got, Kevin. But I hope she does. I love Oprah. It be y'all black folks that be hating on Oprah. I love her. You know, I remember being a little boy calling her Okra instead of Oprah. You know, every little black child called her Okra instead of Oprah at first. She was Okra.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, they still got Cory
Wow.
Booker hosting.
I couldn't see the rest of y'all, but from back, Nebraska was getting down. Stevie's song is powerful, but so was his words. He said courage over complacency.
Oprah don't owe y'all nothing.
He gave us a call in his remarks. But now I got to tell you, the party is going to keep going. We're just getting started, y'all. And this
Hey,
is a
Montrez,
segment
what's good, bruh?
that I am very, very excited about, because it might be Wednesday night and we might be in Chicago, but it's starting to feel like something I've wanted to say my whole life. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. Please welcome Kenan Thompson.
That was real corny, Corey. That was real corny, Cory Booker.
All right.
I mean, Kenan, you could have brought Fine Behind Kill out
What's
there.
up, DNC?
All right. Y'all remember this big old book from before? When Colorado Governor Jared Polis ripped a page out of it? This is Project 2025, the Republican blueprint for a second Trump term. It is boo.
Why is he here?
It is a real document that you can read for yourself at kamalaharris.com/Project 2025.
Why is he here?
You ever seen a document that could kill a small animal and democracy at the same time? Here it is. You know how when you download an app and there are hundreds of pages there that you don't read, it's just the terms and conditions, and you just click agree, right? Well, these are the terms and conditions of a second Trump presidency. You vote for him, you vote for all of this. Let's take a look. All right, do we got Matt here with us tonight? Is Matt here? Hey, there he is. Matt, how are you, sir? All right, Matt. Now, Matt, I understand that you work as an AV tech in Nevada, and you make a decent hourly wage. Is that right?
You on mute.
Oh, I don't know if we can hear Matt. Can we hear Matt?
He a AV guy.
So who's going to fix it?
AV tech.
Keep speaking, Matt, till we can hear you.
Oh, boy.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's good. I guess we're going to move on from Matt.
Wow.
And this is Becky. Becky, can we hear you?
Hi, Kenan, and it's great to be here.
Thank you. All right, good. Now,
goodness.
Becky, you're married, correct?
I am. Me and my wife have been together for about 8 years.
Oh,
Matt, you
that's
missed your
amazing.
moment.
Very, very cute.
Thanks.
But I have got some bad news for you.
I hate that.
On page 584, Project 2025 calls for the elimination of protections for LGBTQ plus Americans.
This is not a funny skit, though. It's not funny at all. Why are you here? Sir, why are you here?
So yeah,
That's
right back to the Stone
terrible.
Age. I'm afraid so.
Right back to the Stone Age. That's terrible.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, Becky, for being here and making that wonderful point. All right, next up, we have Nirvana. Nirvana, are you with us? And your people are with us as well? All right, good. Now, Nirvana, I understand that you are on insulin to manage your diabetes, yes?
Yes, and thanks to President Biden and Vice President
Why are we
Harris, I
doing
only
this?
pay $35 a month for my insulin.
Civil law, I don't know what this
That is
is.
great. That
I'm
is
just
great.
waiting for Amanda Gorman.
But on page 465,
Who next? God, bruh.
Project 2025 calls for millions of people like yourself to pay more for prescription drugs like insulin.
Why?
Why?
Mindy
Well, I guess
Kaling
maybe to help
is
Big
next,
Pharma make more
and
money than they
then
can donate to
my
Republican
frat brother,
politicians,
another
I assume.
man of Cap Alpha Psi, Hakeem
Yeah,
Jeffries will be
that
out
makes
there.
sense.
Y'all know me
Yes,
and Hakeem got our
unfortunately, it
difference.
does make sense. All right, let's talk to Anita. Anita, are you there?
What is happening?
Yes.
Why are we going
Hello,
through this?
Anita.
Hello.
And Anita, what do you do for a living?
I'm an OBGYN who delivers babies and does surgery.
An OBGYN.
This is painful.
She is an OBGYN that delivers babies. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, yeah. It's bad news, isn't it?
It sure is.
I
On
told
page
y'all this was
459, Project 2025
geared
resurrects
toward
a
the
law from the 1800s called the Comstock
white
Act
people.
to
Clearly,
ban
this is for the
abortion
white people.
nationwide and throw healthcare providers in jail.
Oh my God. That is awful.
Yes, it is awful. All right, let's do one more.
This is
Sharia
clearly
with
white
us?
people
Sharia,
humor. I
are
don't
you
even
there?
think the white people laugh.
Hey, Keenan, I'm here.
Yes, Sharia. I love it. All right. Let's talk to you. I understand that you work for the federal government.
Yes, sir. I'm in the United States Department of Education. I'm a proud civil servant and a proud union president.
She works for the Department of Education and she's a proud civil servant. Well,
Not that you say
unfortunately,
he giving
for
them
you,
all
on
his own
page
shit.
78, Project 2025 calls for President Trump to purge the civil service of everyone who isn't a MAGA loyalist. Are you a MAGA loyalist?
Now, Keenan, absolutely not.
I'm just asking. I mean, you might as well be, because also page 319 calls for the complete elimination of the Department of Education. There's a bunch of stuff
I don't
in
know
here,
what
but
this
that's all
is.
we have time for at the moment.
Right.
Just
Genie,
remember,
what happened to Matt?
everything that we just talked about is very
They just
real.
did Matt.
It
So
is in this
Matt's
book.
still up there trying
You
to
can read it
talk.
online at kamalaharris.com
The funniest part is
Project
Matt.
2025. And most importantly,
Oh,
you
Matt.
can stop it from ever happening.
Justice for
by
Matt.
electing Kamala Harris
Hashtag
as the next
justice
president of the
for
United
Matt.
States.
Oh boy. Hashtag justice for Matt. Oh, Matt. Right. Thank you, Green Girl. Justice for Matt. Like, what was that, y'all? Mindy Kaling is supposed to be next, and then Hakeem Jeffries.
Please welcome
That did not go
award-winning
well.
producer and writer, Mindy Kaling.
Shout out to The Office.
Good evening, everyone. Hello. Hello and welcome. Welcome to the third night of the Democratic National Convention. My name is Mindy Kaling. Thank you. For those of you who don't know me, I am an incredibly famous Gen Z actress
You are not no
who you might
Gen Z.
recognize from The Office.
Gen Z, my ass.
Thank you, The Mindy Project. Or as the woman who courageously outed Kamala Harris as Indian in an Instagram cooking video. Yes.
Hold on.
You're welcome.
She is not no
I
Gen
am so proud to be here supporting my friend. But the real reason I
You
am
know
here
what?
is that deep down,
Baby, we the same
I
age.
truly believe
Stop playing.
that as a woman of color and as a single mother of
Catherine.
3, it is incredibly important that I be appointed ambassador to Italy. That's how this works, right? That's like why I'm here. I've never been, I'm dying to go. And guys, I just really need a break. I know it's not the priority tonight, but just think about it.
Well, if she could be Gen Z, I
am
could be
actually
Gen Z
here
because we're the
because
same
I
age.
have known the vice president for a long time. And I want to tell you a story about one of the first times I ever met her. She wasn't Madam Vice President then. She was my senator. And we were filming a video where she came to my home to cook dosas, a South Indian dish. Yes. It's not every day that a senator comes over, and I was pretty nervous. But when she arrived, we immediately hit it off. We talked about the love we have for our moms, who had both passed away from cancer. Both of our mothers were immigrants from India who came to America and committed their lives to serving others.
Trying to white, you
My
love it
mother,
here.
Swati, became an OBGYN. Thank you. Kamala's mother, Shyamala, became a scientist with a PhD who dedicated her life to trying to find a cure for cancer. And after speaking to Kamala, it was clear to me that Shyamala had passed down the same optimism and fearlessness to her daughter. But the thing I remember the most about the vice president is that Kamala Harris can cook. Guys, she was so much better than me. But she also knew that my family was watching. So as she gently corrected my sloppy dosa making, she was complimenting me every step of the way, making sure that my daughter Kit heard how good of a cook I am. She had no desire to be seen as better than anyone else. She just wanted my kid to be impressed with her mom.
Hold on for a moment, y'all. I'll be right back.
And when she finally bit into my dosa, she looked at me and said, really good, and then never took another bite again. Yes. But it is that warmth, that generosity of spirit that I know she will bring to the White House as our next president. Kamala Harris cares deeply about other people. She will fight to protect our freedoms because those are the values that her mother passed down to her. But in order to protect those freedoms, Democrats also need to win the House. So we have a lot to do, and please welcome to the stage your next Speaker of the House, Hakeem Jeffries.
While I done messed up, I know I ain't getting no monetization tonight.
Good evening, Democrats.
Yo.
It's my honor and a distinct privilege as a Brooklynite, New Yorker, and as an American
And
to
as a
stand before you today and unequivocally express my support for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz to be the next president
This
and
our
vice
wine for the
president
night.
of the United States of America. Over the last
Georgia
few years,
Muscadine
House
wine.
Democrats have been
The
hard
wine
at
for the
work,
night.
and we could not have asked for a better leader to partner with than President Joseph Robinette Biden, who will
Come
go
on,
down
Robinette.
as one of the most consequential presidents of all time.
Come on, Robinette.
Last month, President Biden selflessly passed the torch to Vice President Kamala Harris, who is ready, willing, and able to fight for the people. Kamala Harris is a courageous leader, a compassionate leader, and a common sense leader who will deliver real results for everyday Americans. Kamala Harris is fighting for our freedom. Kamala Harris is fighting for our families. Kamala Harris is fighting for our future. Together, let's make Kamala Harris the 47th President of the United States of America.
You should see his brother.
In our great
Tatiana.
country,
TJ,
when
you should see
work
his
hard
brother.
and play by the rules, you deserve to earn a living wage. You deserve to have an affordable place to call home. You deserve to educate your children in a great public school that is free from gun violence. And you deserve high quality, affordable health care, and you deserve the chance to one day retire with grace and with dignity. But for far too many people in our great country, they are struggling to live paycheck to paycheck. And as a result, the American dream is out of reach. Here's the thing. Extreme MAGA Republicans don't care about everyday Americans. They only care
TJ,
about
you better look up his
themselves.
brother Hassan.
Our
That's the
approach,
fine one.
led by Kamala Harris and Coach Walz, is very different. We care about you, the American people. And we will fight hard to make sure that the American dream is alive and well in every single community. Now, the road ahead will not be easy, which brings me
I told you, TJ.
to you know who.
And both of them
Donald
nuked.
Trump is like an old boyfriend
Oh.
who you broke up with, but he just won't go away.
Child, don't remind me.
He has spent the last 4 years spinning the block, trying to get back into a relationship with the American people. Bro, we broke up with you for a reason. Trump was the mastermind.
TJ, I tried to
of
tell
the
you.
GOP tax scam, where 83% of the benefits went to the wealthiest 1% in America. Trump failed our country during the COVID-19 pandemic. Trump is a chaos agent who is focused on himself, not the American people. Trump tried to destroy our democracy by lying about the election and inciting a violent mob to attack the Capitol. Trump put 3 extreme justices on the Supreme Court who destroyed Roe v. Wade. We broke up with you for a reason. Donald Trump can spin the block all he wants, but there's no reason for us to ever get back together.
Brooklyn.
Been there, done that. We're not going back.
Come on, Brooklyn. Zoo.
Kamala Harris and House Democrats will always put people over politics. Kamala Harris and House Democrats will lower costs and grow the middle class. Kamala Harris and House Democrats will fix our broken immigration system and secure the border. Kamala Harris and House Democrats will strengthen the relationship between the police and the community. Kamala Harris and House Democrats will continue to combat the climate crisis with the fierce urgency of now. Kamala Harris and House Democrats will protect Social Security, protect Medicare, protect Medicaid, protect the Affordable Care Act, protect working families, protect small businesses, protect the middle class, protect free enterprise, protect our children, protect our seniors, protect our veterans, protect our unions, protect our dreamers, and always protect a woman's freedom to make her own reproductive health care decisions.
I see you, Malcolm.
The extreme.
Now that husband be right next to Malcolm every time. He ain't playing with y'all.
Divide us. But the Constitution promises equal protection under the law. We are one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Together, let's build a brighter future for our children and our grandchildren. In the Old Testament, book of Psalms, the scripture tells us that weeping may endure during the long night, but joy will come in the morning. Here's how we do it. Strategize on Sunday. Meet the moment on Monday. Take it to them on Tuesday. Work it out on Wednesday. Thank the Lord on Thursday. Fight the power on Friday. Set it off on Saturday. Get a few hours of sleep. Wake up the next day and do it all over again until joy comes in the morning.
That's good. That's good. 5. I see you got the same shoes
76
Billy Thompson
days
had on.
left. There are only 76 days
Oh, here
left.
come Jenny with the set it
We
off.
must continue to speak up. We must continue to show up. We must continue to stand up, not as Democrats or Republicans, but as Americans. And when we do, nothing can stop Kamala Harris from becoming the 47th president of the United States of America. Nothing can stop House Democrats from taking back the majority. Nothing can stop the American people from continuing our march toward a more perfect union. Nothing can stop us. We're all the way up. God bless you. God bless Kamala Harris. May God bless.
I see you, 5. That was a good speech. I like that one, 5. That is probably your next Speaker of the House. First black man ever to be the Speaker of the House of these yet to be United States of America. Third in line to the presidency. I like that Hakeem. Remember Hakeem had the infamous alphabet speech that he gave on the floor of Congress where he drugged them hoes and read them down using every letter of the alphabet. Go look it up. It's on YouTube. Go look it up. It's on YouTube. You can look it up right now while we got a little break. But no, don't look it up right now. We need y'all here. Anyway, that was a good speech, Hakeem. I like Hakeem. I've met Hakeem several times. Met Hakeem maybe about 4 or 5 times. But Hakeem is from Brooklyn. He represents an area. I believe his area is over in Bed-Stuy. Yeah, I think his area is over in Bed-Stuy. He's a hip hop head. And my only issue with Hakeem came into Congress, and Hakeem linked up with Nancy Pelosi and Jim Clyburn and rode the coattails establishment Dems. He sometimes tries to profess to be a progressive, and he's actually registered as a member of the Congressional Progressive Caucus. He's really not progressive. His politics are more establishment Dem. He falls in line with the establishment Dem. And I understand it to a certain degree, because I understand sometimes you got to, you got to play the game. Because I don't think you get as high as he is without knowing how to toe the line and play the game. So, but he'll probably be the first ever black Speaker of the House if they can flip. If they can flip the House, he will be the first ever black Speaker of the House. So we'll have an AKA as the number one, in the number one spot as president, and we'll have a Noop as the number 3 spot as Speaker of the House. Come on, Bill. We love Bill. They used to call Bill the first black president. That's what they used to call him back in the day. That's what they used to call Bill Clinton, the first black president. We love him. We love him ever since he was on the Arsenio Hall show playing the tenor sax. Bust through, Bill. Bust through.
Thank you. you.
Black people love them some Bill now.
Thank you. Whoa. Let me ask you something. After the last 2 days, aren't you proud to be a Democrat? And I am very grateful to the Republicans and independents that have joined us, have been up here on the stage. And I hope they feel better about it now. Because I've seen all these things that even I have to be reminded of from time to time when I get my spirits down. I love seeing the Obamas here. I love seeing President Biden. And I thought Hillary gave a great speech too. And
he did.
I love seeing all these young leaders. A bunch of them are coming up after me. They look better, they sound better, and they'll be exciting.
He might have got some Botox, Danny.
I do want to say one word about President Biden. Remember, he had an improbable turn that made him president. And we were in the middle of a pandemic and an economic crash. He healed our sick and put the rest of us back to work. And he strengthened our alliances for peace and security. He stood up for Ukraine. He's trying desperately to get a ceasefire in the Middle East. And then he did something that's really hard for a politician to do. He voluntarily gave up political power. And George Washington knew that, and he did it. And he set the standard for us serving 2 terms before it was mandatory. It helped his legacy, and it will enhance Joe Biden's legacy. And it's a stark contrast to what goes on in the other party.
Well, then there's that.
So I want to thank him for his courage, compassion, his class, his service, his sacrifice. Joe Biden, thank you. And he kept the faith, and he's infected a lot of the rest of us. Now let's cut to the chase. I am too old to gild the lily. 2 days ago, I turned 78, the oldest man in my family of 4 generations. And the only personal vanity I want to assert is I'm still younger than Donald Trump.
Well, then there's that. Look at Kathy Hochul getting wet in the panties.
Last
More
night,
ladies
in
getting
what
wet.
I thought was a very moving series of episodes, we nominated Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. And just think about that. 2 leaders with all-American but still improbable life stories.
Morgan, that was
It could
32
only
years
happen
ago.
here.
He
Their
got
careers,
elected.
after all, started in community courtrooms and classrooms. 2 leaders who spent a lifetime getting the good job done. Now, one of the things that I've noticed over my increasingly long life that a presidential election is unique in several ways. First of all, it's the greatest job interview for the greatest job in the world. Secondly, the Constitution says we, the people, get to do the hiring.
Nancy Pelosi is next.
And the third thing is that every 4 years, we get to change the requirements for the job. So here's what I'm thinking, because I try to apply this in every election. Will this president take us backward or forward? Will this president give our kids a brighter future? Depends. Will this president bring us together or tear us apart? Will the president increase the peace, security, and stability and freedom?
Will the president get sloppy toppy in the Oval Office?
To others as we can. We, the people, we have to make a decision about these kind of questions. And every 4 years, it's a little different because the people come at the candidates, and they say, as they're saying now, here are our problems, solve them. Here are our opportunities, seize them. Here are our fears, ease them. Here are our dreams, help them come true.
Hey, Ms. Baythang.
A president can answer that call by saying, I'll do my part, but you have to help me. We have to work together. Or you can dodge what needs to be done by dividing, distracting, and diverting us. So in 2024, we got a pretty clear choice, it seems to me. Kamala Harris for the people. And the other guy who's proved even more than the first go around that he's about me, myself, and I know which one I like better for our country. Kamala Harris will work to solve our problems, seize our opportunities, ease our fears, and make sure every single American, however they vote, has a chance to chase their dreams. You know,
I wasn't mad at Bill for getting him some. That's got to be a hard job. You need to get some every now and again.
She worked at McDonald's. And she greeted every person with that 1,000-watt smile and said, how can I help you? Now she's at the pinnacle of power and she's still asking, how can I help you? I'll be so happy when she actually enters the White House as president, because she will break my record as the president who spent the most time at McDonald's. Now, but we got an election to win. And remember, we've got a guy that's pretty good at what he does. Donald Trump.
Hey, Danny.
Has been a paragon.
Hey, V. Carter. Hey, everybody. If I didn't say hi to y'all.
He's still dividing.
Jesus.
He's still blaming. He's still belittling other people. He creates chaos, and then he sort of curates it as if it were precious art. let me say, not a single day goes by, even though I've been gone for well over 23 years.
You have been gone a long time.
Not a day goes by that I don't thank the Lord for the chance I had to serve and what it meant. And one of the reasons, thank you.
He is the last president that had a balanced budget, the last one that had a balanced budget and no deficit.
One of the reasons I love the job so much is that in the toughest times, even on the darkest days, if you tried hard enough, there was always something good you could do for somebody else. Now, some days that's not easy to do. You've got to deal with all these emergencies or
left office with a surplus.
Here or yonder, but Kamala Harris is the only candidate in this race who has the vision, the experience, the temperament, the will, and yes, the sheer joy to get something done. I mean, look, what does her opponent do with his voice? He mostly talks about himself, right? So the next time you hear him, don't count the lies. Count the eyes. Count the eyes. His vendettas, his vengeance, his complaints, his conspiracies. He's like one of those tenors opening up before he walks out on stage, like I did, trying to get his lungs open by singing me, 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 me. When Kamala Harris is president, every day will begin with you, 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 you. So, we got to ask ourselves the questions if we're going to hire a president. Do you want to build a strong economy from the bottom up and the middle out? Or do you want to spend the next 4 years talking about crowd size? You're going to have a hard time believing this, but so help me, I triple checked it. Since the end of the Cold War in 1989, America has created about 51 million new jobs. I swear I checked this 3 times. Even I couldn't believe it. What's the score? Democrats 50, Republicans 1.
Wow. Wow. There's a number for you. There's a stat for you. Let them know.
I'm glad
I'm sure somebody's fact checking that right now.
that we've got a championship winning coach on our team. But even the most limited of us in what we know about football or any other sport knows that if you're got 50 and the other side's got 1, you're ahead. What about affordable housing? It's a terrible problem in America now. We need more. And affordable health care. That's why the Democrats put a limit on monthly payments for insulin and a $2,000 a year out-of-pocket limit, and are trying to cover more drugs by bargaining for prices. We need more financing for small businesses. We need still to strengthen our alliances. I almost croaked in the first debate of this election season when President Trump said nobody respected America anymore like they did when he was president. Wait. And with a straight face. Look, you got to give him. He's a good actor. With a straight face, he cited as evidence of the respect that existed for us when he was there, the presidents of North Korea and Russia.
Oh, wow.
I'd rather have the people who respect us now. And one of the things is when you send a signal to the other countries, you want them to know whether they agree with you or not.
Thank you, Danny.
That you're on the level. Here's where you are and what you believe. What are they supposed to make to these endless tributes to the late, great Hannibal Lecter? I mean, President Obama once gave me the great honor of saying I was the explainer-in-chief. Folks, I've thought about it, and I don't know what to say. Like Hakeem Jeffries, I too want an America that's more joyful, more inclusive, more future-focused. Just think what a burden it's been on us to get up day after day after day after day, buried in meaningless hot rhetoric, when there's so many opportunities out there, so many problems that need to be solved. I want that. And that's the America Kamala Harris will lead.
Tell all them old ladies hot in their panties, Fran. Them old ladies is hot.
She's already made her first presidential decision, and she knocked it out of the park when she asked Governor Tim Walz to be her nominee for vice president.
We do the tea lounge.
As they used to say,
hard PTSD.
when I was a young man growing up in Arkansas, you do not have to be all broke out with brilliance. You just look at Tim Walz, listen to him, follow his record as a teacher, as a coach, in the National Guard, as a
No, he ain't Jim
congressman,
Bunny. He running through
where he
Shady
was
Pine.
the only Democrat, save one, elected in that district in more than 100 years. And he stayed a long time. And then he became a great governor. And by all accounts, he was a crack shot who had the courage among his rural constituents to say, we do not need these assault weapons available to people who can kill our kids in school. So, armed with her first decision, Kamala Harris confronts an interesting dilemma. we're going to walk out of here feeling pretty good, I think. We've got energy, we are happy, we feel like a load's off our shoulders. And we know we're just being asked to fight the same fight that the forces of progress have had to fight for 250 years.
You silly T-Lounge.
In the face of stiff and often violent opposition, we have to find a way to go forward together.
Thank you for your super chat,
Where we the people
Jim Bunny. Thank you so much.
make our union more perfect. So that's a good thing. How could we possibly lose? Kamala Harris has fought for kids her whole life that were left out and left behind. She's taken on gangs trafficking across the border. She's fought to protect the rights of homeowners. She's been our leader in the fight for reproductive freedoms, and we know a majority of the American people are with us on that. And she's gained an invaluable amount of experience as vice president, advancing our values and interests around the world. She's already said she's going to work really hard to make sure that no American working full-time lives in poverty or has to worry about their children living in poverty. He says that we got to make home ownership an achievable dream for everyone, not just a privilege. She said that and this meant a lot to me, that she would protect everybody's right to vote, whether or not they voted for her. They were citizens and they deserve the right to vote. The other day, her opponent implied that as his people voted one more time, they'd be able to rig it from now on and they wouldn't have to vote again. You think they're kidding, but I know a lot of these folks, and most of them are really good people, but some of them think that they are bound to dominate America politically, economically, and socially, and they have to use politics to do it, and they should rig the system. I don't believe that. And so here's what I want to tell you. We've seen more than one election slip away from us when we thought.
That's a good question, Shawnette.
When people got distracted by phony issues or overconfident.
You silly.
This is a brutal, tough business. I want you to be happy. One of the reasons that President-to-be Harris is doing so well is that we're all so happy. But you should never underestimate your adversary. And these people are really good at distracting us, at triggering doubt, at triggering buyer's remorse. As the Obama said so eloquently last night, they are human, you know. They're bound to make a mistake now and then. We got to be tough. And so, as somebody who spends a lot of time in small towns and rural areas in New York and Arkansas and other places, I urge you to talk to all your neighbors. I urge you to meet people where they are. I urge you not to demean them, but not to pretend you don't disagree with them if you do. Treat them with respect, just the way you'd like them to treat you. ask for their help, and then follow our leader, Kamala, and ask them, how can I help you? We Democrats right now have a lot of hay in the barn. We've got massive achievements, massive advances, but there's still a lot of slips between today and election day that we have to navigate.
I think Bush is the only one
And
still
so,
alive.
I want to say this from the bottom of my heart. I have no idea how many more of these I'll be able to come to. I started in '76, and I've been to every one since. But no, 72. Lord, I'm getting old. But here's what I want you to know. If you vote for this team, if you can get them elected and let them bring in this breath of fresh air, you will be proud of it for the rest of your life. Your children will be proud of it. Your grandchildren will be proud of it. Take it from a man who once had the honor to be called in this convention the man from hope. We need Kamala Harris, the president of joy, to lead us. So, I'll be doing my part, you do yours. I'll see you when we're making a real joyful noise when the votes are counted. God bless you, and God bless America.
Come on, Bill. That was good, Bill. We like you, Bill. We still love you, Bill. Look at them old ladies. Look at them. Look at them old ladies. Watch them old ladies. But baby, they is wet. Look at them all. Look at Hillary. Hillary. Good speech, Bill. Good speech. At this point, I'm not going to even try. I'm not going to even press monetization on this video. I would just let it stay unmonetized because I keep forgetting to turn it down in between. And only thing I'm just hoping that is I don't get a copyright strike. You know, a copyright claim, I can deal with that. Copyright strike, we don't want no part of that. Ciao. But good job, Bill. Good job.
Without giving a shout out.
Nancy
to the
Pelosi is
amazing
next.
Delegation from my home state, Massachusetts. I love you, Massachusetts. Everyone is always hating on us, but they just don't get it. Go Sox. Go Jason Tatum. Ben Affleck. Hang in there. Dunkin' Donuts is the best coffee in the world.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Our next
You were not lying.
needs no introduction. She was the first woman to ever serve as Speaker of the House.
Let's see if that makeup's still holding up on Nancy.
Coming. This woman was doing Brat before Brat was Brat. The mother of dragons. Please welcome Nancy Pelosi.
Me and Nancy, we done had our fights now. Me and Nancy done had some knockdown dragouts on this channel. Maybe y'all done had to drag Nancy a few times. A few times. Me and Nancy done had some knockdown drag out. Ciao. Hey, Nancy. Hey, girl. Hey. Thank you, Quake.
Hello, California.
Thank you so much, Quake.
Hello, Maryland. Hello, Democrats.
You better be good, Nancy.
January 20th, 2021, with the inauguration of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, we established one of the most successful presidencies of modern times. And we quickly proved that Democrats deliver. Millions of jobs, stronger infrastructure and rural broadband, a Biden child tax credit, rescuing human pensions, honoring our veterans, bold climate action, lowering the cost of prescription drugs, all thanks to President Biden's patriotic vision of a fairer America, doing so with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Joe.
I don't know who that was in that dark blue suit, but he was a cute piece of dark chocolate.
Is ready to take us to new heights. I've known Kamala Harris for decades. Personally, I know her a person of deep faith, which is reflected in her community care and service. Officially, she is a leader of strength and wisdom and eloquence on policy, most recently demonstrated fighting for women's right to choose. Politically, she is astute and strategic in winning difficult elections, quickly securing the nomination with dignity and grace, and choosing Tim Walz as our vice president. I had the honor of serving with Tim for 12 years in the Congress. He united Democrats, Republicans, and independents to turn a red district blue. He showed courage when he came to Congress in voting for the Affordable Care Act, meeting the needs of his constituents despite Republicans' lies and misrepresentation. When he went home, won the election, he returned to Congress. He fought for our Americans' heroes as the Democratic leader of the Veterans Affairs Committee. Thank you, Tim. January 6th was a perilous moment for our democracy. Never before had a president of the United States so brazenly assaulted the bedrock of our democracy, so gleefully embraced political violence, so willfully betrayed his oath of office. Let us not forget who assaulted democracy on January 6th. He did. But let us not forget who saved democracy that day. We did.
Listen, I'm just telling the truth, Derek.
And thank God we had a Democratic House of Representatives then.
I didn't say give, I say get.
We returned to the Capitol that very same night. We insisted on certifying the election results on the floors of the House and the Senate. And we demonstrated to America and to the world that American democracy prevailed. The parable of January 6th reminds us that our democracy is only as strong as the courage and commitment of those entrusted with its care. And we must choose leaders who believe in free and fair elections, who respect the peaceful transfer of power. The choice couldn't be clearer. Those leaders are Vice President Harris and Governor Walz. When the sun rose on January 7th, as our national anthem declares, we gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Now, in this election, we are called upon to do the same, to stand together, to reject autocracy, to choose democracy, and we will do so by electing a Democratic House with Hakeem Jeffries as Speaker of the House. Electing a Democratic Senate, electing Tim Walz as Vice President of the United States, and electing Kamala Harris as the President of the United States.
Okay, that's good. Thank you, Nancy. Take a bow.
Onward to victory.
All right, appreciate you. Love you, girl. All right, girl. Okay. All right, okay. Bye, gear. Good God. She walking so gingerly. Okay, girl, get off the stage. All right, girl, we love you now. Okay. All right, Nancy. Okay.
Please welcome Alexander Hudlin, Jasper Emhoff, and Arden Emhoff.
That's just my baby daddy. Ow. Oh, I'm sorry.
Kamala Harris is our auntie.
She'll be a president who cares for all of us.
She'll lift us up.
Nephew got about 10 more years. He gonna be killing the girls or the boys.
We saw Trump winning. I was only 9, but I knew enough to be concerned. Auntie said, "Do you know what superheroes do? They fight back.
Child.
And we will too."
Nephew got about 10 more mango seasons. He's gonna be killing the girls or boys, whichever he go with.
For what matters. You know, no one is busier than my auntie, but she always makes time for family. From moments as simple as cooking and sharing a meal to exchanging stories and jokes. Auntie taught me about being present in what's important, and I know that's how she'll lead.
She'll treat everyone with respect. Even as a kid, Auntie made me feel that I was seen, that my words are important, that I am important and loved. I know she'll value others' perspectives, no matter their age or their background.
Thank you,
Auntie,
Symmetry.
We love you.
Thank you for the super chat, Symmetry.
And most importantly, you're a baller. And as you'd say, let's win this thing.
Let's win this thing.
Please welcome nominee for U.S.
That little boy look like, can I get up out this sweater now? Because I ain't even want to wear it. Yes.
Hello, Democrats! My name is Latifah Simon, and I am running for Congress. And I'm here tonight to tell you all about the Kamala Harris that I know. I'm going to tell you. When Kamala Harris was the district attorney in San Francisco, California, I was a teen mother running an organization working to end sex trafficking among beautiful young women and girls, to build the self-determination and power among those girls. And Kamala learned about the work that I was doing, and she asked me to join her team. And I joined her team. She saw my potential, my commitment, and the good work that we could do together. And I saw her. I saw Kamala Harris holding the hands of sexual assault survivors. I saw scores of mothers who lost their babies to gun violence, lining up day after day at the courthouse, waiting only to speak to Kamala because they knew that she would hear them, that she would truly see them. Because there's something about Kamala Harris, for those who know her, you know, when she hears your story, she carries it with her. When she sees you, she truly sees you. She truly sees you. She is the best among us. After working with Kamala Harris day in and day out for 5 years to create programs that supported young people to get out of the criminal justice system once and for all with good jobs, with opportunity.
I like her.
She wanted to get to the root cause of a broken criminal justice system. I saw her chip away. She came early and she left late every single day because, you know, like those mothers, like those sexual assault survivors, when she goes into that Oval Office, when she goes into that Oval Office, I guarantee you she will take all of us with her.
I like her.
All of us. The single mothers, the disabled veterans, the low-income folks who are dying to survive, the immigrants who are trying to work towards the promise of America. She will take us all. The farm workers, she will take us all with her. All of us. That is the Kamala Harris that I know so deeply.
I feel you on that, V. Carter.
Kamala Harris
You could tell
that I
she's a
love.
grassroots worker. She out there in the streets, okay? Not streets, but streets.
A woman, a fierce woman for the people. Good night, Democrats.
I like her. Say what you want. I like her. I like her energy. I like her spirit. You could tell her
Please
she be
welcome
out there in them
former
streets.
U.S. Associate
getting it.
Attorney General of the United States and the Vice President's brother-in-law, Tony West.
Come on, Vice President, brother-in-law.
"35 years ago, in my first week at law school,
That's that
I
little
met a
boy
new
daddy.
classmate, Maya Harris. We became best friends, but the way Kamala tells the story, we'd already fallen in love by graduation day. And when Maya and I married, I not only gained a life partner I love, a daughter I adore, and a mother-in-law I revered, someone I affectionately called Mother Harris, I also gained a sister I cherish, Kamala. Now, Maya, Kamala, and I each
Her sister
pursued
is
different
the
legal careers,
mama.
but we were motivated by the same values: a belief in equal opportunity, a yearning for fairness, a passion for justice. Values Mother Harris taught those two little girls, values that powered Kamala's public service from the very beginning. You know, one of Kamala's very first cases in the district attorney's office, it involved a woman, an innocent woman, wrongfully arrested in a police raid. It was a Friday afternoon, and the courthouse was shutting down for the weekend. And look, most prosecutors, they would have gone home and dealt with the matter the following Monday. But not Kamala. You see, My sister-in-law knew that if the judge didn't see this woman that afternoon, she'd spend the entire weekend in jail. And Kamala, she wondered, does this woman work weekends? Would she lose her job? Does she have young kids at home? Who'd feed those kids? So Kamala pleaded for the judge to return to the bench and to hear the matter. And the judge agreed. And within minutes, that woman was released back to her family that night. Now, it may seem small, but that's what it means to stand up for justice. That's what it means to stand for the people. And as Kamala says, when you know what you stand for, you know what to fight for. And
I like bro-in-law.
believe me when I tell you, as a sister, a daughter, an auntie, and a mother, I've seen Kamala fight for her family. As district attorney, attorney general, U.S. Senator, and Vice President of the United States, I have watched her fight in the halls of power for those who have no voice there. And as president, I know she'll fight for you. She'll fight for all of us. Because, friends, when Kamala fights, we win. Thank you. God bless.
Okay, bro-in-law. All right. Mm-hmm. I see you, bro-in-law.
A crime against any one of us is a crime against all of us.
I like brother-in-law.
The work that she did as Attorney General.
We likes
was
that.
Taking on issues.
What y'all think about brother-in-law?
Trying to make a life.
Sister cute too.
When Kamala Harris came into office in 2011, the most urgent economic crisis facing communities throughout California was the foreclosure crisis.
I mean, I really could have did without Nancy. Y'all know how I feel about Nancy. Me and Nancy have had a checker path. I respect Nancy for what she accomplished as Speaker. I'm never gonna take that from Nancy. Nancy had a hard line. Nancy ain't fuck off. Nancy used to get up in the Democratic caucus and crack the whip and tell all the hoes to get in line.
Negotiating.
That's the one thing I respect about Nancy. Nancy would walk in that room and everybody in that motherfucker had to get in line for Nancy.
Who could finally afford to buy her first home. And
yes.
How proud mommy was. So Kamala knew what was at stake for families and even whole communities.
We are very proud to announce a tremendous victory for California.
She truly believes that every single person, every American is worthy.
Cajun, like others said earlier, I think that they're doing, that's what I talked about last night, where you had some people that were telling anecdotal stories, and then you had other people that were coming out speaking to the issues, policy, and things that are to come. So I do think that you have to have balance. You got to have somebody that's going to come out there and speak to the mothers out there and those suburbanites and some white women that like to hear those anecdotal stories and emote and cry. But you also got to go out there and meet the needs of people like you, Cajun, that want to know, damn it, what the hell are you going to do for me? I need to hear the issues. I need to know how you are going to affect my life. So you do have to have some balance. I hope to hear some of that tonight. We saw that last night with Bernie and with Chuck Schumer. They spoke to that.
Power to make decisions about the mail body.
Up next is supposed to be Senator Catherine Cortez Masto. They didn't have brother-in-law on the list. Brother-in-law wasn't supposed to be the next one. It's supposed to be Senator Catherine Cortez Masto. And then after that, we got the two I've been waiting for, Amanda Gorman and Governor Wes Moore.
A charging decision to you if they had not reviewed the evidence.
Well, that's a question for Bob Mueller. He's the U.S. attorney.
I think you've made it clear, sir, that you've not looked at the evidence, and we can move on.
When she's on a mission, she is determined.
So,
relentless.
yeah,
Values are being attacked.
that's what I'm hoping for. I can see probably when Secretary Buttigieg, Pete Buttigieg get up there, I could see him speaking to issues and you know, carving that out. I could see him doing that, a lot of that.
Please welcome Nevada Senator Catherine Cortez Masto.
I like that pink.
Hello, Chicago. You know, before I was senator, I was Nevada's Attorney General. And that's when I met Kamala Harris, my colleague in California. Now, we bonded over many things. And working together, I quickly learned what kind of person she is.
Hey, Ravine.
She is a strong leader. Here's how I know. As AGs, we took on the big banks after the foreclosure crisis. And let me tell you, Kamala did not settle for less than homeowners deserved. Her leadership helped win billions for working families nationwide. Delivering for families, that's Kamala Harris. Kamala and I also worked to protect our southern border. During that time, Kamala invited a group of AGs across the border to meet with Mexican officials. Now, we worked together to put transnational criminals and drug smugglers behind bars.
Why does it look like a dollar store pearl necklace?
That's Kamala Harris.
Are those real pearls, ma'am? Because that look like a dollar store Party City pearl necklace.
And when we took on human traffickers, Kamala had us meet with survivors so that we could understand who we were fighting for. Standing up for justice, that's Kamala Harris. So trust me when I say,
y'all know I ain't lying.
She will fight for our families and our freedoms. Now we must fight for her. Every vote matters. I know. In 2016, Nevadans elected me, the granddaughter of a baker from Mexico, to serve as the first Latina in the United States Senate. I'll tell you what. And in 2022, my reelection came down to 7,928 votes. Because of voters in Nevada, the Democrats won the Senate majority. And I'm here to tell you, we can do it again. We can send Kamala Harris and Tim Walz to the White House. Are we ready to do it? Are we ready to fight? Let's get it done, Chicago. Thank you, everyone.
All right, short, sweet, to the point. Thank you. Because we here for the next two. We here for Amanda Gorman, and we here for Wes Moore.
Please welcome Pennsylvania Governor Josh
Shapiro. Oh, Josh Shapiro is next. Josh Shapiro is going to be good. Josh Shapiro is going to be good. But he's not supposed to be next. He was supposed to go after Nancy Pelosi.
Thank you. 2.5 centuries ago in Philadelphia, a band of patriots declared their independence from a king and set ourselves on a path of self-determination. Generation after generation has embraced that responsibility. Ordinary Americans rising up, demanding more, seeking justice. And in every chapter of our American story, we've made progress and advanced the cause of freedom. Today we find ourselves writing that next chapter. Will we be a nation defined by chaos and extremism? Or will we choose a path of decency, honor, and continued progress? Kamala Harris, well, she has spent her entire career making progress. Donald Trump, a man with no guardrails, wants to take away our rights and our freedoms. And listen, while he cloaks himself in the blanket of freedom, what he's offering isn't freedom at all. Because hear me on this, it's not freedom to tell our children what books they're allowed to read. No, it's not. And it's not freedom to tell women what they can do with their bodies. And hear me on this, it sure as hell isn't freedom to say you can go vote, but he gets to pick the winner. That's not freedom. But you know what? You know what, Democrats? We are the party of real freedom. That's right. The kind of real freedom that comes when that child has a great public school with an awesome teacher because we believe in her future. Real freedom that comes when we invest in the police and in the community so that child can walk to and from school and get home safely to her mama. Real freedom that comes when she can join a union, marry who she loves, start a family on her own terms, breathe clean air, drink pure water, worship how she wants, and live a life of purpose where she is respected for who she is. Real freedom that comes when she can look at Madam President and know that this is a nation where anything and everything is possible. That is real freedom, and that is what we are fighting for. You know, Kamala and Tim's names may be on the ballot, but it's your rights. It's our rights. It's our future and freedoms that are on the line. And you have the power to shape the future of this country. Just like our ancestors who fought for freedom on the battlefield and sat in at lunch counters so our kids could stand up. Now it's on us. It's on us, my friends, to organize in our communities.
Hey, Ronald, we missed you the last couple
on
days.
our For You pages around three basic American principles. We value our freedom. We cherish our democracy, and we love this country. And listen, we love this country. And listen, despite our challenges, hear me on this, I want you to know I have never been more hopeful because I see in all of you the enduring promise of America. E pluribus unum, out of many one. It's not merely a motto from the past, it's our direction for the future. You see, you all give me hope, and you all have the power. So let's use that power. Let's do the hard work necessary to win this election and write the next chapter in our American story. So are you ready to protect our rights? Are you ready to secure our freedoms? And are you ready to defend our democracy? And are you ready to elect Kamala Harris and Tim Walz? America, let's get to work.
Nice and short. Good. Great delivery. Loved it. I think it went over well. Nice and short, not too long. Leave them wanting more. Don't give them too much. Good.
Please welcome
Because sometimes he
author,
can be long-winded.
activist, and youngest presidential
Yes,
inaugural poet
Amanda.
in American history.
I live for that blue. Yes, Amanda. That's just like I lived for that yellow coat she had on at the inauguration, too. Come on, Amanda. You know we love her.
We gather at this hallowed place because we believe in the American dream. We face a race that tests if this country we cherish shall perish from the earth, and if our earth shall perish from this country. It falls to us to ensure that we do not fall, for a people that cannot stand together cannot stand at all. We are one family, regardless of religion, class, or color. For what defines a patriot is not just our love of liberty, but our love for one another. This is loud in our country's call because while we all love freedom, it is love that frees us all. Empathy emancipates, making us greater than hate or vanity. That is the American promise, powerful and pure. Divided, we cannot endure, but united, we can endeavor to humanize our democracy and endear democracy to humanity. And make no mistake, cohering is the hardest task history ever wrote. But tomorrow is not written by our odds of hardship, but by the audacity of our hope, by the vitality of our vote. Only now, approaching this rare air, are we aware that perhaps the American dream is no dream at all, but instead a dare to dream together. Like a million roots tethered, branching up humbly, making one tree. This is our country from many, won from battles, won our freedoms, sung. Our kingdom come has just begun. We redeem this sacred scene, ready for our journey from it. Together, we must birth this early republic and achieve an unearthly summit. Let us not just believe in the American dream, let us be worthy of it. Thank you.
Come on, Amanda. I love Amanda. Love her. Love her. Love her writing. Love everything about her. That dress is sickening. Just like that. Remember the yellow jacket she had on at inauguration? That's one of the best y'all got to offer, Gen Z. The best y'all have to offer. Wes Moore is next. Wes Moore is next.
The word is called freedom.
Listen, where's Xavier? That is the best that Gen Z has to offer. I think she's Gen Z. I think she might be close to 30, but I'm almost sure. Somebody check me on that. I think she's Gen Z because I think she's like 27, 28 or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's the best y'all got to offer.
Freedom to me means choice.
The ability
So,
to laugh with friends.
love Amanda
be who you wanna
Gorman.
be,
Love her. So
go where you
eloquent.
wanna go.
I love her delivery. And if you ever watch her when she does when she performs her poetry and everything, she usually is very demonstrative with her hands and speaks not just vocally but speaks with her hands and everything, and it goes seamlessly and effortlessly with her spoken word. Always great.
Being able to start a family when I want to.
She's 26.
being able
Okay.
to, support the
Yeah,
missions
so
that I
that makes her
want to,
Gen Z because Gen Z is from 96.
The United States is
Yeah, Gen Z starts in 96. 96, 97-ish. So she'd be the older part of Gen Z. But that's the best that Gen Z has to
fantastic
offer.
thing about America is that it is the land of opportunity. I know it sounds trite, but it's the truth.
You know they probably holding out on her, V. Carter, because of her age.
Really imbued in me these qualities that you just really have to care about your neighbors and your family and your
So,
friends.
but yes. Come on, looking like a Destiny cheering.
Having an opportunity to go to college if you want to, having an opportunity to get any job.
Multicultural Destiny cheering.
The American dream is about having the ability to make choices about your medical care and do whatever.
Oh, they trying to take me out. Oh, they trying to take me out.
with your
Y'all not
life
gonna make me cry tonight. Y'all not gonna make me cry tonight.
Nobody telling you if it's good or not.
We are in an incredible
They're not gonna make me cry tonight. They is not gonna get these tears out of me tonight. I'm thugging it out.
autonomy over their bodies. The
Don't get no thug tears from me now.
About your body, your
Nah.
life, your career should be entirely in your control.
But I have
Child, they almost got me just there, y'all. They almost got your girl.
That you find a way to move forward under ugly and scary circumstances.
The work that lies ahead is to make America live up to its highest ideals. And, we're proud to go to work.
The work to build a better future really depends on all of us coming together.
We have to bring back that respect for everyone.
I don't think we're as divided as we seem.
Let's come together as one big nation.
I feel like we are on the verge of something very amazing in this country.
It makes me want to fight for our children and future
They
generations.
got you, Ravine, girl. They almost had me, girl.
just as many
Girl, Ravine, they almost got you, boy. They almost got me, girl. Ooh, child. She had about another good 15 seconds. She would have had me.
Healthy and vibrant planet.
Another good
where
15
families are not
seconds.
separated by fences or jail bars. A future in which we all get what we need. I want to say that for people who are younger than me.
Hopefully the kids I teach can chase their dreams and believe in what they want to be.
I want a future for him that he knows that he's covered and protected.
Everyone should think about what we can leave to the next generation.
Child.
It's our
Who, Amanda Gorman?
responsibility.
Yeah, I thought she was like 27 or 28, but they said she's 26. Oh God, please no.
My name's Yvette.
And we believe in love.
I'm Alex.
I'm Kiara.
My name is Steven. My name is Charlie. I'm a proud 7th generation Texan.
I am from Waterford, Michigan, just north of Detroit.
I'm from East Tennessee.
And we believe in the American dream.
We believe in a better world for our child, and we believe in this country.
My name is Karen, and I believe in justice.
My name is Nancy.
My name is Thoreau.
My name is Jennings.
My name is Dana,
My name is Todd.
and we believe in freedom.
My name is Gina, and I believe in freedom. My name is Pat, and I believe in the freedom to work together.
Child. They almost got me now. Almost got me. Y'all ain't get me today. Y'all won't get these thug tears. That was a great commercial. Great commercial.
Please welcome Oprah Winfrey.
Come on, Oprah. Yes, Oprah. Yes. Y'all be hating on Oprah. I love Oprah. Oprah can't do no wrong for me. Y'all can get up off my girl Oprah. I love Oprah. You know white women love her. Come on, Oprah.
Everybody!
Yes, Oprah. Okra.
Who says you can't go home again?
She is back home in Chicago.
After watching the Obamas last night, that was some epic fire, wasn't it? Some epic fire. We're now so fired up, we can't wait to leave here and do something. And what we're going to do is elect Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States.
They are pulling out the heavy hitters.
To have been asked to speak on tonight's theme about what matters most to me, to you, and all of us Americans: freedom. There are people who want you to see our country as a nation of us against them, people who want to scare you, who want to rule you, people who'd have you believe that books are dangerous and assault rifles are safe, that there's a right way to worship and a wrong way to love. People who seek first to divide and then to conquer.
You better speak tonight, Oprah.
When we stand together, it is impossible to conquer us.
Them glasses are sickening, Oprah. Oprah has the best glasses on earth, I promise you.
In the words of an extraordinary American, the late Congressman John Lewis, he said, no matter what ship our ancestors arrived on, we are all in the same boat now. Congressman Lewis knew very well how far this country has come because he was one of the brilliant Americans who helped to get us where we are. But he also knew that the work is not done. The work will never be done because freedom isn't free. America is an ongoing project. It requires commitment. It requires being open to the hard work and the heart work of democracy. And every now and then, it requires standing up to life's bullies. I know this. I've lived in Mississippi, in Tennessee, in Wisconsin, Maryland, Indiana, Florida, Hawaii, Colorado, California, and California. And sweet home Chicago, Illinois.
Come on, Oprah. I love Oprah. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about her.
Traveled this country from the redwood forests, love those redwoods, to the Gulf Stream waters. I've seen racism and sexism and income inequality and division. I've not only seen it, at times I've been on the receiving end of it. But more often than not, what I've witnessed and experienced are human beings, both conservative and liberal, who may not agree with each other, but who'd still help you in a heartbeat if you were in trouble. These are the people who make me proud to say that I am an American. They are the best of America. And despite what some would have you think, We are not so different from our neighbors. When a house is on fire, we don't ask about the homeowner's race or religion. We don't wonder who their partner is or how they voted. No, we just try to do the best we can to save them. And if the place happens to belong to a childless cat lady,
Come on, Oprah. Bring it home, Oprah. We love you, Oprah.
Well, we try to get that cat out too.
Because I'm a cat person. I love cats.
Because we are a country of people who work hard for the money. We wish our brothers and sisters well, and we pray for peace. We know all the old tricks and tropes that are designed to distract us from what actually matters, but we are beyond ridiculous tweets and lies and foolery. These are complicated times, people, and they require adult conversation. And I welcome those conversations because civilized debate is vital to democracy, and it is the best of America. Now, over the last couple of nights,
I might
we have
steal
all
them
seen
glasses,
brave
Oprah.
people walk onto the stage
I don't even like
and
purple.
share their most private pain. Amanda and Josh, Caitlin, Hadley, they told us their stories of rape and incest and near-death experiences from having the state deny them the abortion that their doctor explained was medically necessary. And they've told us these things for one reason, and that is to keep what happened to them from happening to anybody else. Because if you do not have autonomy over this, if you cannot control when and how you choose to bring your children into this world and how they are raised and supported, there is no American dream.
They coming hard tonight with Oprah. And if they have Wes Moore after Oprah, they coming strong tonight. It's night after
Women
night.
and men who are battling to keep us from going back to a time of desperation and shame and stone cold fear, they are the new freedom fighters. And make no mistake, they are the best of America.
They do, Ronald.
I want to talk now about somebody who's not with us tonight. Tessie Prevost Williams was born in New Orleans, not long after the Supreme Court ruled that segregated public schools were unconstitutional. That was in 1954, same year I was born. But I didn't have to head to first grade at the all-white McDonough 19 school with a U.S. Marshal by my side like Tessie did. And when I got to school, the building wasn't empty like it was for Tessie. You see, rather than allowing McDonough to be integrated, parents pulled their kids out of the school, leaving only Tessie and two other little black girls, Gail Etienne and Leona Tate, to sit in a classroom with the windows papered over to block snipers from attacking their 6-year-old bodies.
Teach the people.
Tessie passed away 6 weeks ago. And I tell this story to honor her tonight because she...
You better teach the people American history.
She, like Ruby Bridges and her friends, Leona and Gail.
Oprah, you're not going to get me
New Orleans
tonight.
Four, they were called.
Oprah.
They broke barriers and they paid dearly for it.
You're not going to get me tonight, Oprah.
But it was the grace and guts and courage of women like Tessie Prevost Williams that paved the way for another young girl who 9 years later became part of the second class to integrate the public schools in Berkeley, California.
You're not going to get me today, Oprah.
To me that at school and at home, somebody did a beautiful job of showing this young girl how to challenge the people at the top and empower the people at the bottom. They showed her how to look at the world and see not just what is, but what can be. They instilled in her a passion for justice and freedom and the glorious fighting spirit necessary to pursue that passion. And soon and very soon.
Come on, Oprah. Oprah, you done got auntie
soon
already.
Very soon, we're going to be teaching our daughters and sons about how this child of an Indian mother and a Jamaican father, two idealistic, energetic immigrants, how this child grew up to become the 47th president of the United States.
Come on, Oprah.
That is the best of America.
You better preach to the people, Oprah.
You know, let me tell you this. This election isn't about us and them. It's about you and me and what we want our futures to look like. There are choices to be made when we cast our ballot. Now, there's a certain candidate that says if we just go to the polls this one time, that we'll never have to do it again. Well, you know what? You're looking at a registered independent who's proud to vote again and again and again because I'm an American and that's what Americans do. Voting is the best of America. And I have always, since I was eligible to vote, I've always voted my values. And that is what is needed in this election now more than ever. So I'm calling on all you independents and all you undecideds.
Speak to the people, Oprah.
You know this is true. You know I'm telling you the truth, that values and character matter most of all. In leadership and in life. And more than anything, you know this is true, that decency and respect are on the ballot in 2024. And just plain common sense. Common sense tells you that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz can give us decency and respect.
Come on, Nails.
Give it to us.
Come on, Nails, so, Oprah.
We are Americans. We are Americans. Let us choose loyalty to the Constitution over loyalty to any individual. Because that's the best of America. And let us choose optimism over cynicism, because that's the best of America. And let us choose inclusion over retribution. Let us choose common sense over nonsense. Because that's the best of America. And let us choose the sweet promise of tomorrow over the bitter return to yesterday. We won't go back. We won't be set back, pushed back, bullied back, kicked back. We're not going back. Not going back. We're not going back. So, let us choose. Let us choose truth. Let us choose honor. And let us choose joy.
He had to give you one of those. That's Oprah right there. That's straight Oprah.
Because that's the best of America. But more than anything else, let us choose freedom. Why? Because that's the best of America. We're all Americans, and together, let's all choose Kamala Harris.
That's Oprah right there. She had to give you an Oprah yell.
Thank you, Chicago. Thank you.
Come on, Oprah. That was good, Oprah. That was strong, Oprah. That was strong. How you gonna follow that, Wes Moore? Wes Moore, you got to bring it. Oprah done came out there and gave us all she had. Come on, Oprah. She done gave us the best that she got. Like she done gave us the best she got, like Cajun said.
Well, everybody at Mankato West High School loved Tim Walz.
Yeah, I mean, Tim was jovial.
When he would start teaching, it was like full contact teaching. You could not help but be interested in what he was talking about.
He seemed to care about everybody in his class.
He knew everyone's name.
He wanted to know what interested you, how to engage you, what you were excited about, what you're feeling bad about.
Mr.
Yeah, that's
Walz
old
was my
school
geography and social studies teacher.
Mr. Walz was my football coach.
My middle school basketball coach, when we were doing the high school play The Nerd, he was the person building the sets.
I don't think that there has ever been a moment where I've seen Tim exhausted from giving or engaging. He always seems like that person that's got the never-ending gas tank who can keep going.
When I decided to come out as gay, we started the Gay Straight Alliance. Tim Walz was the faculty advisor.
We saw him not only as a teacher, but a
That was great,
mentor
Oprah.
and a leader.
Love it.
Mr. Walz was a really big part in
Now
helping
you got
build this community, and he's a big reason
the
why I
Red
became
Pill
a teacher
Society.
myself. It's
Hotep's
inspiring
probably
getting his
dragging Oprah for everything she's worth right now.
Please welcome Maryland Governor Wes Moore.
Okay, Wes, you got to give us the business because Oprah just brought us all the glory. You got to come with it. Wes, you got to come with it.
Thank you.
Let's see what Alpha Phi Alpha got to offer.
On March 26th at 1:30 in the morning, a container ship the length of 3 football fields slammed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, and the bridge collapsed. A port that drives 13% of our state's economy was now closed. Thousands of workers were hours away from waking up and realizing they no longer had a job. 6 Marylanders who had been on the bridge in the middle of the night fixing potholes lost their lives. And one of the first phone calls that I got that morning started with these 3 words. Gov, it's Kamala. She said, I know you spoke to the president, and I want you to know we are here with you every step of the way. Now, I joined the Army when I was 17. In fact, I was too young to sign the paperwork. I had to ask my mom to sign the paperwork for me because I don't have bone spurs.
Wow. Wow. And there it is. Wow.
I led soldiers in combat in Afghanistan. And my training taught me that you never learn anything about anybody when times are easy. You learn everything you need to know about somebody when times are hard and when the temperature gets turned up. And America, I saw that Kamala Harris is the right one to lead in this moment firsthand. And united with the Almighty God's grace, we brought closure to the families of the 6 victims, And while many said it could take 11 months to reopen the port of Baltimore, we got it done in 11 weeks. Because that is the story of America. We are a nation of patriots who serve when the mission is hard and who serve when the destination is uncertain. And I know our history isn't perfect. The unevenness of the American journey has made some skeptical. But I'm not asking you to give up your skepticism. I just want that skepticism to be your companion and not your captor. And I'm asking that you join us in the work. Because making America great doesn't mean telling people you're not wanted. And loving your country does not mean lying about its history.
All right. I like this speech. I do so far.
Making America great means saying the ambitions of this country would be incomplete without your help. It's the legacy of those 6 workers who fixed potholes on a bridge while we slept, who were born in a different country, but who knew that America was big enough for them too.
This is a good speech. It's a good speech. It's the kind of speech that makes careers.
It's the journey. It's the journey of a man raised by a remarkable immigrant single mom, a man who felt handcuffs on his wrist at 11 years old, who now stands before you as the 63rd governor of Maryland and the first Black governor in the history of our state.
This is the kind of speech that careers are made of. Come on, Wes. Come on now. It's the kind of speech.
It's the story. It's the story of a prosecutor who defended our freedoms and had Maryland's back when we needed it most. And now, MVP, we've got your back as well. Right. It's my fellow veteran, my brother, and the next Vice President of the United States, Tim Walz. And now, Tim knows that in the military, you count the days towards mission completion. So guess what, y'all? We have got 75 days and a wake up until Election Day. 75 days in a wake up for us to prove what Americans can do when the pressure is on. 75 days and a wake up for us to show that true patriots do not whine and complain. We put our heads down and we get to work. 75 days and a wake up to build a future that those who came before us hope for, and those who come after us that they deserve. And 75 days and a wake up to elect a leader who is willing to believe in the best of us. And that leader is Kamala Harris, the next president of the United States. Thank you, God bless you, and let's leave no one behind.
That was a good speech, Wes. That was a great. You had to throw up the alpha symbol, really? Really? You had to mess up a good speech by throwing up the alpha symbol. Look at Donna Brazile.
Please welcome
That was a great
former
speech,
South
Wes.
Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg.
That was a great speech, Wes. That was a great speech. Great speech, Wes. They'll be talking about that one.
Thank you. Thank you.
You want to sit between the both of them, Ronald? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank
Hey,
you,
Pete. I
Chicago.
love Pete, though. I do like Pete, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Here's a sentence I never thought I'd hear myself saying. I'm Pete Buttigieg, and you might recognize me from Fox News. I believe in going anywhere, in service of a good cause. And friends, we gather in a very good cause, electing Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, the next president and vice president of the United States. The choice could not be clearer. Donald Trump rants about law and order as if he wasn't a convicted criminal running against a prosecutor. As if we were going to forget that crime was higher on his watch. Talks about the forgotten man, hoping we'll forget that the only economic promise that he actually kept was to cut taxes for the rich. And don't even get me started on his new running mate. At least Mike Pence was polite. J.D. Vance is one of those guys who thinks if you don't live the life that he has in mind for you, then you don't count. Someone who said that if you don't have kids, you have, quote, no physical commitment to the future of this country. You know, Senator, when I deployed to Afghanistan, I didn't have kids then. Many of the men and women who went outside the wire with me didn't have kids either. But let me tell you, our commitment to the future of this country was pretty damn physical.
That's strong, Pete. I like it so far, Pete. I like it.
Choosing a guy like J.D. Vance to be America's next vice president sends a message. And the message is that they are doubling down on negativity and grievance. Committing to a concept of campaigning best summed up in one word: darkness. Darkness is what they are selling. The thing is, I just don't believe that America today is in the market for darkness. I believe America is ready for a better kind of politics. Yes, politics at its worst can be ugly, crushing, demeaning, but it doesn't have to be. At its best, politics can be empowering, uplifting. It can even be a kind of soul craft. My faith teaches me that the world isn't made up of good people and bad people, but rather that each of us is capable of good and bad things. And I believe leaders matter because of what they bring out in each of us, the good or the bad. Right now, the other side is appealing to what is smallest within you. They're telling you that greatness comes from going back to the past. They're telling you that anyone different from you is a threat. They're telling you that your neighbor or nephew or daughter who disagrees with you politically isn't just wrong, but is now the enemy. I believe in a better politics, one that finds us at our most decent and open and brave. The kind of politics that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are offering. And as you have felt these many days, that kind of politics also just feels better to be part of.
I could see Pete Buttigieg being Secretary of State.
There is
I could see him
joy
getting
in
that.
it, as well as power. And if all of that sounds naive, let me insist that I have come to this view not by way of idealism, but by way of experience. Not just the experience of my unlikely career. Someone like me serving in Indiana, serving in Washington, serving in uniform. I'm thinking of something much more basic. I'm thinking of dinner time at our house in Michigan. when the dog is barking and the air fryer is beeping and the mac and cheese is boiling over, and it feels like all the political negotiating experience in the world is not enough for me to get our 3-year-old son and our 3-year-old daughter to just wash their hands and sit at the table.
Okay.
It's the part of our day when politics seems the most distant. And yet the makeup of our kitchen table, the existence of my family, is just one example of something that was literally impossible. As recently as 25 years ago, when an anxious teenager growing up in Indiana wondered if he would ever find belonging in this world. This kind of life went from impossible to possible, from possible to real, from real to almost ordinary in less than half a lifetime. But
I like that hair.
Just happened. It was brought about through idealism and courage, through organizing and persuasion and storytelling, and yes, through politics, the right kind of politics, the kind of politics that can make an impossible dream into an everyday reality. I don't presume to know what it's like in your kitchen, but I know, as sure as I am standing here, that everything in it, the bills you pay at that table, the shape of the family that sits there, the fears and the dreams that you talk about.
Great speech so far, Pete.
All of it compels us to demand more from our politics than a rerun of some TV wrestling death match.
Great speech so far, Pete. I'm loving it.
So this November, we get to choose. We get to choose our president. We get to choose our policies, but most of all, we will choose a better politics. A politics that calls us to our better selves and offers us a better everyday. That is what Kamala Harris and Tim Walz represents. That is what Democrats represent. That is what awaits us when America decides to end Trump's politics of darkness once and for all. That is what we choose when we embrace the leaders who are out there building bridges and reject the ones who are out there banning books. This is what we will work for every day to November and beyond. So let's go win this. Thank you, Democrats. Thank you.
That was strong, Pete. That was strong. Listen, they coming with it tonight. I think somebody asked, was tonight better than last night? As a whole, yes. They had more substantive and better speakers tonight. Last night,
seeing Governor Walz going to Congress and then
really
becoming
was the
governor,
Obama's
I
night.
see the guy that was a first sergeant. I see a guy that's full of
And
energy,
maybe Angela
always busy,
also
and
booked.
like he says,
And that was pretty
you don't
much
have time
it.
to sleep when you're dead.
I first met Governor Walz and Congressman Walz when I was transitioning out of the Marine Corps, going back to school.
So,
he really wanted to know
yeah.
what the experience
That was great. I
of
could
those
see
who were
Pete.
actually using the GI
I
Bill
really
and
can
how
see
it could be
Pete
improved.
being
It
Secretary
seemed
of
to be
State.
a
I
continuation
think
of focus on
that
improving the lives of veterans.
Governor Walz in our
Pete
unit
can go a long
always
way
would
doing
say
that.
his
Like
catchphrase
someone
was,
said
"We'll
in
get
the
it
chat,
done."
Pete is a
And we always
great
did.
The
communicator.
way I've seen him carry himself
Pete has been in the
over the years
military.
in Congress
Pete
and
is
the way he works for veterans,
knowledgeable.
there's no
Pete is
excuse
somebody
making, there's no
who can follow
scapegoating. It's
orders
just accomplish the
and who
mission.
can
Governor
go
Walz has
and
been that way and always will
communicate
be that way.
what
Having
the
Governor Walz on
president's
the House Veteran
message
Affairs
is.
Committee
I'd
was
love for him to
instrumental
be.
in
I think he'd
getting
make a great
the
secretary. of
GI
State.
Bill not only introduced but also passed.
When Governor Walz wants change, it'll happen. Back to the guard. We'll get it done.
John Legend should be next. John Legend should be next, Danny.
Please welcome EGOT-winning multi-platinum artist and
Oh, there he is.
activist John Legend and Queen of Percussion Sheila E.
Come on, John Legend and Sheila E. Sheila E look like she don't age either. Come on, let's go crazy.
If you don't like the world you're living in,
I pray this year come old late for a friendly word. She picked up the phone, dropped it on the floor. That's all I heard. Are we gonna let the elevator break us down? Let's go crazy. Let's go nuts. Let's go for the purple banana. Tell them put us in the truck. Let's go.
The little boy over there dancing. He's getting it. Look at him. White boy dancing.
We're all excited, but we don't know why. Baby, it's come. We're all gonna die. And when we do,
Not the great value version.
you better live now before the grim reaper comes knocking on your door. We gonna let the elevator break us down. Let's go crazy.
Please understand that I will be at inauguration. I'm either going to be staying at my best friend's house or at my ex-boyfriend's house. One of those two houses. Or at Really B house. One of the three. I'll be there.
I need everybody to get nuts with me. Come on. How we on here? Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, we gonna let the elevator bring us down. Let's go. Put your hands together. So crazy. Not everything be alright. Make everything go wrong.
Old white man don't know what to do.
He's coming. He's coming.
Really, Cajun? What day is inauguration day? Really? We got Brown Mama. We might have to have a get together. Mama over there playing that good time. Well, that's the good John Legend and Sheila E. Shout out to the guitar player. Mama was over there getting it. Is that her? It might be her. It might be her. I don't know. It might be. Somebody check and see if that was her.
That was incredible.
That might be her.
I just want to say I feel so motivated after tonight. It's like never been more clear that if Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are elected this November, they're going to protect our freedoms. The freedom to read whatever books you want. The freedom to work one job and afford your rent.
They say all the hotels in DC are already sold out.
Will protect your freedom to start a family on your own terms. And if you ask me, that is something worth fighting for. So guys, let's do it. It's time. Let's nominate the next Vice President of the United States, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. And to take us there, please welcome to the stage, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar.
Amy, you got a hard act about not the wedge, not the wedge heels, Amy. Child. Y'all saw them wedges though, Amy. Listen, Amy, you got hard acts to follow, girl.
Okay. That was a warm-up act. On behalf of the great state of Minnesota, where purple reigns, I stand before you in support of our next Vice President, Tim Walz.
Right, Amy said, I ain't falling for y'all.
We trust a coach who turned a team that was 0-27 into state champions. In Minnesota, we trust a hunter who has stood in a deer stand in 10-degree weather. In Minnesota, we trust a candidate who has made a viral video on how to change a burnt out headlight. And I know we aren't alone, but in Minnesota, we love a dad in plaid. So Tim and I go way back. He taught high school right down the road from where my husband John,
Baby, y'all better be standing in the paint for
my
wedges.
mother-in-law, even brought him and Gwen a Parmesan chicken dinner when their son was born. That's what we do in America. We look out for our neighbors. Tim has been doing that his whole life, on the farm and in the factory, with his students and his fellow service members. And the truth is, that matters. Who better to take on the price of gas than a guy who could pull over to help change your tire? Who better to serve our nation than a guy who has served in uniform? Who better to find common ground than a guy with Midwestern common sense? A former football coach knows how to level the playing field, and a former public school teacher knows how to school the likes of J.D. Vance. What you've done with your life matters, and what you do with power matters too. Tim has delivered paid leave, school lunches, and the biggest tax cut in Minnesota history.
That wasn't a wedge, Seattle. I thought she had a wedge.
From a red district in a purple state, Tim has brought Minnesota together. And together with Vice President Kamala Harris, I know he will do the same for our nation.
Derek's so behind in the chat. Look at Derek. Talk about Oprah. Oprah big old. Derek is so
There
behind.
is so much that we share, so much that connects us. Way up north in Minnesota, out of Lake Itasca, flows the Mississippi River. It starts small and it grows wider. It flows down to Wisconsin and to Iowa. It goes down to Illinois and to Missouri. It goes to Kentucky and Tennessee. It goes to Arkansas, and it goes way down to Mississippi. And then it goes all the way down to New Orleans, Louisiana, where the spirit of our nation's resilience abounds. So let us commit here and now to cross the river of our divides to get to a higher ground. And let us join together to elect Kamala Harris and Tim Walz.
Amy Klobuchar is always happy though. Mama always got a smile on her face. I don't care what's happening. I thought those was wedges she had to wait. Show us the shoes again. Look at my girl Donna Brazile. Donna Brazile done been in the paint in the Democratic Party for a long
Ben
time.
Inman from Minnesota.
Tim Walz is the kind of guy you can count on to push you out of a snowbank. I know this because Tim Walz has pushed me out of a snowbank. I grew up next door to the Walzes in Mankato. Mr. Walz was also my geography teacher and my coach. Not for high school football, but for 7th grade basketball and track. So what was a high school football coach doing, coaching 7th grade basketball and track? Well, there was a kid in the high school who couldn't afford to pay for lunch, and he ran up a lot of debt. And Tim and Gwen decided they'd help pay it off. They started calling around the district to see if there were any positions they could fill to make a little extra money, and that's how he wound up coaching us 7th graders. That's right. Coach Walz got us excited about what we might achieve together. He believed in us, and he helped us believe in each other. And his leadership stuck. That track team went on to win a state title, just like the football team. That's right. Speaking of which, come on out, Scarlets. Yeah.
They better bring the state championship team out. That's cute. You know, this rural America and Midwestern America is eating this up, okay? Midwestern rural America, the white people are eating this up. They done had the white women that had Oprah, and the white men got to relive their high school football days. Oh, they played. I told you they was playing to the white people today. The white people. Every Midwestern dad in America thinking about his high school football days. It's cute. Look at Gwen. Gwen excited. She gonna throw it down on Tim tonight. She gonna throw it down on Tim tonight after the speech. I see you, Gwen.
All this got me thinking about the kinds of leaders we need. We want the people in charge to be genuine, compassionate, and trustworthy. The thing is, there are people in our neighborhoods who fit this description. The kind of people who display quiet leadership by helping kids pay for their lunches, by bringing teams together to believe in each other. And when we're stuck in the snow, they push us out. Well, in my neighborhood, we always wish that people like that would run for office. Well, in my neighborhood, someone like that did run for office. And he's going to be a wonderful vice president. Thanks very much.
Out here in the wide open spaces.
Oh yeah,
we
they
are
going
reminded
straight
of the
middle
values we
America.
share.
Mhm.
A commitment to community.
I ain't mad at it. They trying to
and
reach
standing up
everybody.
for what's right. Tim Walz
Everybody.
grew up in a small town in Nebraska where he spent summers working the family farm. There were just 24
They
students.
trying to get
in
some
his
extra
graduating
votes, Sonny.
class. His dad served during the Korean War, and that meant a lot to Tim. So he enlisted right after
Tim
his
was kind of
17th
cute as a
birthday
little boy.
and served
As a
24
young man, I
years
should
in the
say.
National Guard.
Not right there,
rising
though.
to
Not right there,
command
Tim.
sergeant
You want to
major.
keep right there.
Tim went to college on the GI Bill and became a social studies teacher. That's where Tim and I met. We shared a classroom with a divider right down the middle. His classroom was a lot louder than mine, but I could hear how engaged his students were. Tim taught for over 15 years, and he coached football, helping lead the team to a state championship after 0 wins just a few years before. Tim taught them how to believe in themselves and that we're all in this together. When one of our students started the school's Gay Straight Alliance, Tim agreed to serve as faculty advisor because he knew how impactful it would be to have a football coach involved. He inspired his students, and he changed lives.
He is just so joyful in everything that he does, but I think also standing up for, what he believes to be right, stands up to bullies.
Then Tim's students inspired him to run for Congress in southern Minnesota. Tim spent a lot of time working with Republicans, fighting to help farmers and expanding veterans benefits. Whether it was in Congress or as governor, his focus has always been helping working people like those he grew up with. That's why he fought for the largest tax cut in Minnesota state history,
but Tim Walz was there for small businesses like ours.
With the urging
Tim,
of
you got to
Governor
come with it
Walz,
tonight,
we were
Tim. This
able
is
to
your
pass the
coming
House
out party.
Fiscal and Affordability Act,
Tim,
and
you
it
got
has
to come
saved
with it
lives in
tonight.
Minnesota.
With Tim as governor, Minnesota is one of the best places to raise a family and one of the best states for business. Tim's a lifelong hunter and gun owner.
Well, tell whoever had you fix it. We said, hey, girl,
After the
hey.
Sandy Hook school shooting, he knew that we had to do something. So he's fought for background checks and red flag laws. But of all the things he's done, Tim loves being a dad. We struggled to have kids, and fertility treatments made it possible. There's a reason our daughter is named Hope. Hope and Gus mean the world to us.
Governor Walz making good on a promise to his son and family yesterday by getting them a puppy.
Then we're going to go get some food, corn dog.
I love this video.
Turkey then. And
turkey's meat.
Not in Minnesota, turkey special.
He's as at
Not in
home
Minnesota,
on a farm,
turkey
a
special.
fishing boat, a football field, or a factory floor, as he is on the floor of Congress. Tim's commitment to service
You fixing
all
your
comes back
own
to
wig?
values we grew up with. Love your country, help your neighbor, and fight for what's right. Because that's what America is all about.
Two middle-class kids.
Fix
One
that
a
wig.
daughter of Oakland, California. The other, a son of the Nebraska
Listen,
Plains
Quake, this is
only
playing to
in
middle America. Oh, they are
Is
loving
it
this.
possible for
Baby,
them together
in the
to make it all the
heartland,
way to the White
baby,
House?
in the bread basket, on the corn fields, they are loving it.
Please welcome the Democratic nominee for Vice President, Governor Tim Walz.
In the rural South too, yes, B. Carter.
Born in a small town, and in a small town. Wow. Thank you. Thank you.
Come on, Tim. You got to bring it home, Tim. You got this. That's this for all the teachers out there. Bring it home for all us teachers. I like Tim.
Wow. Well, thank you.
Bring it home for all the teachers.
Thank you, first of all, to Vice President Harris. Thanks for putting your trust in me and for inviting me to be part of this incredible campaign.
Taste the
And a
biscuit.
thank you to President Joe Biden for 4 years of strong, historic leadership.
Wife is boohoo crying. Baby, she gonna throw it on him tonight.
It's the honor of my life to accept your nomination for Vice President of the United States. We're all here tonight for one beautiful, simple reason. We love this country. So thank you to all of you here in Chicago and all of you watching at home tonight. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for your determination. And most of all, thank you for bringing the joy to this fight.
He is gonna
Now,
knock
I
down
grew
wifey
up
walls.
in Butte, Nebraska, a town of 400 people. I had 24 kids in my high school class, and none of them went to Yale. But I'll tell you what, growing up in a small town like that, you learn how to take care of each other. That family down the road, they may not think like you do. They may not pray like you do. They may not love like you do, but they're your neighbors. And you look out for them, and they look out for you.
Everybody belongs, and everybody has a responsibility to contribute. For me, it was serving in the Army National Guard. I joined up 2 days after my 17th birthday, and I proudly wore our nation's uniform for 24 years. My dad, a Korean War era Army veteran, died of lung cancer a couple years later. He left behind a mountain of medical debt. Thank God for Social Security survivor benefits. And thank God for the GI Bill that allowed my dad and me to go to college, and millions of other Americans. Eventually, like the rest of my family, I fell in love with teaching. Three out of 4 of us married teachers. I wound up teaching social studies and coaching football at Mankato West High School. Go Scarlets! We ran a 44 defense. We played through to the whistle on every single play, and we even won a state championship. Never closed the yearbook, people. But it was those players and my students who inspired me to run for Congress. They saw in me what I had hoped to instill in them: a commitment to the common good, an understanding that we're all in this together, and the belief that a single person can make a real difference for their neighbors. So there I was, a 40-something high school teacher with little kids, 0 political experience, and no money, running in a deep red district. But you know what? Never underestimate a public school teacher.
I know that's right.
Never.
Come on, Tim.
I represented my neighbors in Congress for 12 years, and I learned an awful lot. I learned how to work across the aisle on issues like growing the rural economies and taking care of veterans. And I learned how to compromise without compromising my values. Then I came back to serve as governor, and we got right to work making a difference in our neighbors' lives. We cut taxes for the middle class. We passed paid family and medical leave. We invested in fighting crime and affordable housing. We cut the cost of prescription drugs and helped people escape the kind of medical debt that nearly sank my family. And we made sure that every kid in our state gets breakfast and lunch every day. So while other states were banning books from their schools, we were banishing hunger from ours.
I know that's right. That's a powerful message, Tim. Powerful message.
We also protected reproductive freedom because in Minnesota, we respect our neighbors and the personal choices they make. And even if we wouldn't make those same choices for ourselves, we've got a golden rule. Mind your own damn business.
Mind your own damn business. I know that's right.
And that includes IVF and fertility treatments. And this is personal for Gwen and I. If you've never experienced the hell that is infertility, I guarantee you, you know somebody who has. And I can remember praying each night for a phone call. The pit in your stomach when the phone had rang, and the absolute agony when we heard the treatments hadn't worked. It took Gwen and I years, but we had access to fertility treatments. And when our daughter was born, we named her Hope.
He's speaking to the right part of America.
Gus and Gwen, You are my entire world, and I love
Look
you.
at the son. He over there boo-hoo crying.
I'm letting
The man
you
say,
in
that's my dad.
on how we started a family because this is a big part about what this election is about. Freedom. When Republicans use the word freedom, they mean that the government should be free to invade your doctor's office. Corporations, free to pollute your air and water. And banks, free to take advantage of customers. But when we Democrats talk about freedom, we mean the freedom to make a better life for yourself and the people that you love. Freedom to make your own healthcare decisions. And yeah, your kids' freedom to go to school without worrying about being shot dead in the hall.
Speak to the people, Tim.
Look, I know guns.
It's a strong
I'm a
Tim.
veteran. I'm a hunter. And I was a better shot than most Republicans in Congress, and I got the trophies to prove it. But I'm also a dad. I believe in the Second Amendment, but I also believe our first responsibility is to keep our kids safe. That's what this is all about. The responsibility we have to our kids, to each other, and to the future that we're building together, in which everyone is free to build the kind of life they want. But not everyone has that same sense of responsibility. Some folks just don't understand what it takes to be a good neighbor. Take Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. Their Project 2025 will make things much, much harder for people who are just trying to live their lives. They spent a lot of time pretending they know nothing about this.
Make it
But
plain
look,
to the people,
I coached
Tim.
high school football long enough to know, and trust me on this. When somebody takes the time to draw up a playbook, they're going to use it. And we know if these guys get back in the White House, they'll start jacking up the costs on the middle class. They'll repeal the Affordable Care Act. They'll gut Social Security and Medicare. And they will ban abortion across this country with or without Congress. Here's the thing. It's an agenda nobody asked for. It's an agenda that serves nobody except the richest and the most extreme amongst us. And it's an agenda that does nothing for our neighbors in need. Is it weird? Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's also wrong. And it's dangerous. It's not just me saying so. It's Trump's own people. They were with him for 4 years. They're warning us that the next 4 years will be much, much worse. You know, when I was teaching every year, we'd elect a student body president. And you know what? Those teenagers could teach Donald Trump a hell of a lot about what a leader is.
I know that's right.
Leaders don't spend all day insulting people and blaming others. Leaders do the work. So I don't know about you. I'm ready to turn the page on these guys. So go ahead. Say it with me. We're not going back.
This is strong, Tim. This is strong.
We've got
This is
something
strong.
better to offer the American people. It starts with our candidate, Kamala Harris. From her first day as a prosecutor, as a district attorney, as an attorney general, as a United States senator, and then our vice president, she's fought on the side of the American people. She's taken on the predators and fraudsters. She's taken down the transnational gangs, and she stood up to powerful corporate interests. She has never hesitated to reach across that aisle if it meant improving your lives. And she's always done it with energy, with passion, and with joy. Folks, we've got a chance to make Kamala Harris the next president of the United States. But I think we owe it to the American people to tell them exactly what she'd do as president before we ask them for their votes. So here, this is the part, clip and save it and send it to your undecided relatives so they know. If you're a middle-class family or a family trying to get into the middle class, Kamala Harris is going to cut your taxes. If you're getting squeezed by prescription drug prices, Kamala Harris is going to take on Big Pharma. If you're hoping to buy a home, Kamala Harris is going to help make it more affordable. And no matter who you are, Kamala Harris is going to stand up and fight for your freedom to live the life that you want to lead. Because that's what we want for ourselves, and it's what we want for our neighbors. You know, you might not know it, but I haven't given a lot of big speeches like this. But I have given a lot of pep talks. So let me finish with this, team. It's the fourth quarter.
Come on, Tim.
We're down a field goal.
Come on
we're
now.
On offense, and we've got the ball. We're driving down the field. And boy, do we have the right team. Kamala Harris is tough. Kamala Harris is experienced, and Kamala Harris is ready. Our job for everyone watching is to get in the trenches and do the blocking and tackling. 1 inch at a time, 1 yard at a time.
Come on, Tim.
1 phone call at a time, 1 door knock at a time, 1 $5
Oh, this is
donation
strong.
at a time.
Oh, this is strong, Tim. This is strong.
Look, we got 76 days. That's nothing. There'll be time to sleep when you're dead. We're going to leave it on the field.
Leave it on the damn field.
That's how we'll keep moving forward. That's how we'll turn the page on Donald Trump. That's how we'll build a country where workers come first. Healthcare and housing are human rights. And the government stays the hell out of your bedroom.
This is good, Tim. This is good.
That's how we make America a place where no child is left hungry, where no community is left behind, where nobody gets told they don't belong. That's how we're going to fight. And as the next president of the United States always says, when we fight, when we fight, when we fight, thank you. God bless.
Oh, that's strong, Tim. That's strong. Great speech, Tim. Great speech. Oh, he hit all of the talking points. Oh, Tim. And there's the wife. And there's the, white America is here for this. They are loving this. We loved the Obamas last night. White America is loving this. Y'all better not show this little boy. I'm not crying with this little boy. You better not come out there crying, Gus. Oh, white America is eating this up. Oh, they're going to eat this up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, this was good. No, that was a great speech. That was a awesome speech. I was looking forward to see what how he would deliver, what he would say, whether or not it could translate on the big stage and biggest of stages. He absolutely did the damn job. He translates to that part of America that we, just being honest, we know Kamala Harris may not be able to reach. But Tim Walz and that speech he just gave today, Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That speech he just gave right there spoke to a whole segment of the electorate that, if we're being honest, we know. Thank you for the super chat, Really B. I dropped the link, Really B. I did drop the link. That speaks to a part of America that let's just be honest, we know Kamala may not can get to, but that right there, that was a hell of a speech. We had some great speeches tonight. Great speeches tonight. They don't owe me nothing tonight now. The DNC done came with it this year. They done came with it.
Baby.
That was strong.
That was great. That was so good. First of all, you were in here cheering. You were in here cheering like a hoe in church.
Oh, it was good. I was here for it. When he started acting like he was in the locker room saying it's the fourth quarter and we in offense. Oh, I was here for that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Baby, listen. This the third night in a row these niggas that made me cry. Okay? When that little boy was standing up looking at that crowd and he started crying looking at that crowd cheering for his daddy.
That boy was happy about his daddy.
Baby. And then he said, that's my dad? Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm. Took you out?
It took me out. It had me rolling on the floor, child. It took me out.
Child. That was strong,
I had
y'all.
to put something in the snack fund. You've been putting in late nights this week.
I've been putting in late nights this week. We've been putting in this week.
Yeah, I'm about to look. I just jumped on here just to say that because I had to stay up for this because I've been waiting on him all week. I really needed to see this. You know what I'm saying? I really needed because I'm not that familiar. I mean, as far as seeing him speak, I needed to see this, and baby, it did not disappoint.
It did not disappoint. It kept getting. Oprah was phenomenal. Oprah was old school, knock it out the park. Oprah almost took me out.
First of all, Oprah looked good. That bitch,
amazing.
That hair looking like a lion's mane. I said, you better, Oprah, you better.
Thank you, Danny. Listen, Oprah almost took me out. I was ready when Oprah came on.
Oprah looked good. And I guess the theme tonight was about your neighbor because everybody said something about their neighbor and they speak. Well, not everybody, but because I fast forwarded through some people. But most of the speeches I heard, somebody said something about your neighbor.
Listen, Wes Moore was phenomenal. That is a speech that catapults him. That's almost like that 2004 Obama speech.
Oh my God, I was going to say the exact same thing. I was going to say that reminds me of the Obama speech. Mm-hmm. That reminds me of the DNC convention before he ran for president.
Bill Clinton was good. Bill Clinton was old Bill Clinton.
I got to go back and look at Bill because I missed him. I was, Regina said, because I was at my meeting tonight. Regina said, El Teddy told me to let him know if I didn't come to the meeting.
That's right.
You're not my daddy. You're not my daddy, sir.
I told Regina.
You're not my daddy.
To make sure. Listen, Wes Moore did the damn thing tonight. I was very pleased. I loved Amanda Gorman. Thank you, Universal Goddess. Thank you so much. Amanda Gorman was great. Like she always is.
I gotta go back and see her. I caught her, but
maybe that dress she had on was sickening.
Yeah, what happened was I was recording it. Once I got home, I started recording it, and so I could do, so I could get myself ready for work tomorrow. And then I just fast forwarded through some of the people that I was like I could catch tomorrow. So I'm gonna go back and watch her, and I gotta go watch Bill because I wasn't even home. I missed Bill altogether. But I watched a little bit of. I watched Oprah.
I loved Pete.
I watched a little bit of I watched Pete Buttigieg. I watched Amy, and it was somebody else. But I fast forwarded through. You know who I went back and watched? Who I didn't get a chance to watch last night? That damn Bernie Sanders. Listen, I don't know where they found him. Ain't nobody heard from Bernie Sanders in 4 years. Okay, I don't know where they found that nigga, but he is still Bernie. He's still Bernie.
Bernie's still gonna be Bernie. Hakeem was good tonight. Hakeem was good.
I gotta go back. I missed Hakeem. Did he?
Josh Shapiro. Josh Shapiro was Josh Shapiro. He was good too.
Did he do the alphabet again?
No, he didn't do the alphabet, but he did the 7 days of the week. Show did. Show did. It was good too. Show did. He did the 7 days of the week now.
All right, I gotta go back and look. See, I can catch it tomorrow, but but I missed him. But yeah, Wes Moore was good. But I've heard him speak. I'm used, but he definitely put himself on a different
stratosphere.
He gave some different eyes tonight. He definitely did. He absolutely did. He absolutely did.
I was hoping, I was like, come on, Wes, you got to go. This is your moment. And he seized the moment. That was great.
He did. And first of all, I love the way he started his speech. He definitely kept true to his state.
Yep. He said Baltimore, not Baltimore. I was like, yes.
Yeah, Baltimore. He did. But he told the story about that tanker.
And about those 6 immigrants. He absolutely spoke about those 6 people. That brought it all home. He was great. He was great. Awesome. But yeah, Oprah almost got me. Oprah, you almost had me, girl. Oh, girl. Oh, child. But yes, that speech tonight speaks to that part of white America, like I was saying, that we know Kamala may not reach. But that right there.
Danny, tell Mama I said hi.
Who? Wait, what happened?
Danny said that she made her mom watch the watch party tonight, and she loved your commentary.
Oh. Hey, Mama, Danny.
Listen, I know Danny's mama. That's my little sister. So I said, tell Mom I say hi. Baby, I have to tell you the story.
Oprah, Harold, Oprah was strong.
You gotta go back and see Oprah.
Yeah, Oprah
I missed a lot tonight because I had a meeting tonight. My meeting started at 7:30. So by the time I got home, and I meant to record, and I forgot to record it. So I'll just go back and watch it tomorrow. It's all good.
Whoever this is giving the benediction is crude. I don't know what he's saying because I got it on mute. But let me just show you what I mean. Here, I'm like, oh, hey, Pastor.
He's nice looking. Yeah, he's nice looking.
Do we?
Keep him on mute because what you don't need to be doing is lusting while he's trying to get a benediction.
Oh, I probably should.
Keep him on mute. Keep him on mute. I cannot with you.
This is why we can't have nice things.
This is why we can't have nice things. Damn it. They'll tell you gonna have us all in hell dancing with him.
All in hell. But no, we listen. Every night has been great. The Dems are doing this.
I don't give a damn.
Don't owe us nothing this year. Now I don't know what they're gonna do tomorrow night. Every night we keep saying, "Well, damn, how they gonna do better tomorrow night?" I don't know. But what I know is,
I put in the group chat for the people that's in the members only chat. Y'all already got this information, but a little birdie told me that Tina Knowles is going to speak tomorrow, but not Beyonce. So there will be a sighting, but it definitely, again, that could be a red herring. Maybe they're putting Tina Knowles' name on everything so people won't know it's Beyonce, but there will be somebody there representing the Knowles family tomorrow. But from what I was told, it's not Beyonce, it's her mama. However, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'd rather hear her mama speak than her, but that's me. I mean, Beyonce can sing. I ain't got no problem with her singing.
Yeah, she can sing, but I don't need her to talk. Thank you, G, so much for your super chat, because I would not be put any. I'm not even gonna click monetization on this video. Okay, I'm not gonna even try. I'm not gonna listen. Really, I'm not gonna even click monetization on this good video, baby. Just leave it unmonetized. It is not worth the frustration that they gonna take me through. We good. We'll be all right.
Listen, sometimes El Teddy working hard for democracy, honey.
Democracy. Child. But yeah, great night. And Kamala, you got to bring it, Kamala, because we've had awesome speeches all week long. Like everybody has understood the assignment,
Have understood the assignment. Listen,
stood
them
their ass up there
speechwriters
and delivered.
are earning whatever money they getting paid. Them speechwriters are earning their money this week.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Oh
like
yeah.
I said earlier, I want to know who
Thank
coordinated
y'all
this.
so much. Thank you, Miss Cookie Ray. Thank y'all everybody for donating tonight.
Yes, I want to know who planned this. I'm not talking about who hosted it, who's on paper. I mean the actual person that's running around with the clipboard and the headphones and 20
Cause
people
somebody back there
following
working
them.
overtime.
Yeah, that's
Somebody
who
was
I
back
want to
there
know. I want
working
to know who put all this shit
overtime.
together. Because baby, whoever was in the war room for the last 3 weeks, because remember, y'all, let's be clear. Whatever they had planned, they scrapped that shit. The minute Kamala Harris the minute Joe Biden said he was no longer, baby, they scrapped all of that. I promise you, 80% of the speakers were probably going to speak, but even they had to change their speeches.
Even tonight, you saw a lot of people's speech tonight. They went and changed parts based on last night. We saw Oprah
Right,
talk
that's
about stuff
true.
from last night.
That's
Bill
true.
Clinton talked about stuff from last night.
True.
Several people referenced last night. So there was even, I guess what they did, what they said, let me see what they do. Oh shit, they did all of that. Oh shit, let me go back. Let me get with my
Right.
speechwriters. We
That's what
got
I'm
to get this
saying.
shit
Like,
right.
that's what I'm saying. Like, this shit ain't been playing for the last. That's some new shit. Like, and then even think about who's there. Like, Oprah wasn't gonna speak for Joe Biden.
She wasn't.
I mean, let's call a thing a thing.
wasn't.
Oprah wasn't gonna speak. Kerry Washington wasn't gonna show up. John Legend wasn't gonna perform, even though they could have.
All of those Republicans that are saying that they're voting for Kamala, even if they voted for Joe, they weren't coming out there to get on stage and speak for Joe.
Right, they were. Yeah, this would have been a totally different. First of all, this convention would have probably been just as forgettable as the RNC, because I can't tell you nothing that happened at the RNC. Nothing.
It was boring. I did watch the RNC. It was awful.
I watched it. I watched maybe 5 or 10 minutes every night. I promise you, I couldn't sit through more than that. After they all showed up with tampons, I mean with
tampons on their ear.
on their ears, I couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I said, yeah, I'm done with this.
But yeah, this is I'm interested because there's always a bump in the polls after the convention. I'm really looking to see what the bump is.
I want to know what the numbers. Do you know how many people watched? I know the first night they had was 20 million. Do you know how many people watched last night?
I haven't heard the numbers for last night. I haven't heard, but I'm sure the numbers for last night with the Obamas were probably
it was
larger.
definitely more than 20. Yeah, definitely.
So, but yeah, Tim Walz, even the little commercial leading up to him, even the little state football championship team that came out and did their best Al Bundy impersonation, reliving
not the Al Bundy
25 years ago. Okay.
Not the Al Bundy though, but yeah, a couple of them, yeah.
Listen, that spoke to white America. They hit all of the points they needed to hit. All of them. The only thing that I wish they would have did, and we talked about this earlier, we didn't see it because it happened before I started, but I was watching before I came on. They had this Jewish mom and dad come out, and they gave a very touching and heartbreaking story about their son that's still a hostage over there, got his arm blown off and everything.
Oh wow.
And it had everybody in the crowd boohoo crying. But you can't just give us that one side of the story. And I'm not saying don't have them on, but if you're going to have them on, bring out a family who might say, hey, I lost 88 members of my family. I lost my grandmother, my dad, my mom, my aunt, my niece. Bring somebody from the other side who can speak to the thousands and thousands and thousands of deaths that are happening to Palestinians in Gaza too. That's what should have happened. So that way you can hear all saying, we don't just care about the hostages, because please be clear, there are hostages for the Palestinians as well. But we care about both sides, which is why we want a ceasefire, because there are people suffering on both sides. And so I just think that was a missed opportunity. and you're going to need that arm of the Democratic Party. You're gonna need those votes, because that gets you states like Michigan and states like Minnesota, where they have huge Arab American population. So that's one thing I wish they would have done, and maybe they will tomorrow night. It's very possible they could do that tomorrow night.
Why do you look like you're going through menopause though? Why are you
Who, me?
bundled up? Why are you bundled up like it is winter? What the fuck? Why you look like you are outside? Sir.
It's so cold
Sir.
in here. Listen,
Sir.
it's so cold. When you have to keep your house on 64, because during the day it gets to be like 98, 96 degrees, and it feels like temperature is like 104, and your air conditioner be like, listen, bro, I'm fighting. And so what happens is my air conditioner be set on 64, but it be really saying I'm at 74, 75. Bro, I'm giving you the best that I got. I don't know how much you hope for me, but I can't do too much for that heat out there. So right now at nighttime, that 64 is really feeling like a 64. But baby, during the day, my air
Thank you,
conditioner be like,
Danny and Fran. They said that the first night was 20 million. Last night was 20.8 million. So they picked up 800,
Okay.
almost a million more
Okay.
viewers last night. So it'll
Thank
probably
y'all
go
for
a little
that.
bit. It'll probably go down a little bit tonight, just because everybody wanted to see the Obamas. But I bet you it'll still probably stay pretty steady at about 20
It's gonna
million.
stay steady because white America were waiting for Tim Walz. I wouldn't be
I wanted to see
surprised
Walz. I
if
wanted to see Walz. I wanted to
I
see
wouldn't
him.
be
From the
surprised if the numbers went up
window
tonight.
to the
You had
wall.
Oprah. You had Oprah.
That's true. You did have
You had
the O.
Oprah.
You did have the big O. You did
You
have the
had
big
Oprah,
O.
and you know all of the Walz family. You had a lot. You had Bill. All of Shady
Baby, that little
Pines.
listen, you know that
All
little
of Shady
boy.
Pines was watching Bill.
You
know them
right.
old ladies still get
Oh
wet
yeah.
for Bill.
Oh yeah. And you know that little boy gonna be all over everything tomorrow, right? That little boy crying. And I keep
What?
saying little boy. He's not a little boy, but you know what I'm saying. You know that's gonna be everywhere tomorrow. Him crying for his dad, baby. And you saw Walz got choked up. Walz had to get himself together for a minute. He got choked up.
He probably looked over there at his son and said, "Nope, can't look over there no more."
Right. He probably
"Nope,
did. He
won't
probably
make that
did.
mistake no more."
Right.
The wife was crying.
Not doing that. Not doing that.
The wife was crying. The son was crying. I'm sure his
The
mom and
daughter-
daddy was over there crying.
The
Baby,
daughter
he
was
looked
crying
over there and
too.
said, "Nope, can't do
Civil
it."
Law said he already is. I believe it. I believe it.
Child. I know that. He said, "No, I'm not gonna look over there. Y'all not gonna take me. I got a speech to deliver. I have a job, and I got to stay on top
to do.
I got to stay on it. I can't play over here with
That
y'all."
little boy looked up and he saw all them people
Listen.
cheering for his father. He could not get it together. And then he
if
started
we
crying.
hear
I
the-
started crying.
If we heard America is choked up, imagine him as the dad. Oh, baby, he would have been through. He would have been through. He
Baby.
looked halfway over there and said, "Nope."
I said, this damn DNC, and I'm not even a crier, but they done had me 3 days in a row.
Child. You say Botox Bill is rolling
Not
through the Silver Fox
Botox
and
Bill.
he
You know
is.
what? And on that note,
Baby,
I'm
he
going to
through
bed.
Shady Pines, knocking them down. Do you hear
That's
me?
my dad is trending on Twitter. Yes, that's my dad. Yes. And Gus,
Child.
yes, Gus. You better trend, Gus. You
on,
better
Gus.
trend.
Listen, I love Tim Walz, and really, you'll appreciate this. We are teachers, and the fact that a teacher who is a real teacher, not the Miguel Cardona teachers, a teacher that's been in the trenches, been in the classroom year after year after year after year, and can go up there and get up there and speak our language, and we know you over here gonna fight for us. I'm here for it, Tim. I'm here for it.
Now let me ask you a question, and I'm gonna do my research because I did not know. Is Gus is he autistic or because
Somebody put in the chat that he's nonverbal ADHD. I don't know how true that is. I'd have to look that up.
I'm gonna have to do my research.
The story.
But it definitely I listen, and I knew immediately as soon as I saw him, I knew something.
That he may be on the spectrum. Oh,
Yeah, he looked like it. Ty, don't come in here with that bullshit. But you know what, Samara, there are levels to nonverbal. People assume nonverbal automatically means oh, you can't talk. There are levels to it. Nonverbal is it's a gauge. Nonverbal means it could be anything from absolutely nonverbal to just can't create coherent sentences and phrases. It doesn't mean that he can't say anything. It doesn't mean, so a lot of people think that's what that nonverbal automatically means you can't talk. That's not what nonverbal means. There's for lack of a better word, a spectrum of it.
Yeah, there's a range to it.
Yeah, range. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. So, but I would be interested to know what exactly has he been diagnosed? What exactly is his diagnosis? According to people, it's his secret power. Come on, secret power.
And you know what? Even learning something like that goes a long way for a lot of people who may have children that are special needs and things like that. Like that makes them listen. I don't know if you were home. They played this commercial with a bunch of Americans and stuff like that. And they had the one with the lady in the wheelchair who was talking. Baby, they almost, now you talk about almost being taken out. She had a good 5 to 10 more seconds. Baby, I would have been over here on the floor in the fetal position. It was she was in a wheelchair. She looked like she may have been a quadriplegic or a paraplegic or something like that. And she was, she was speaking as best she could, and she had her relative that was right there, helping her. Baby, they almost took me the hell out. It was in black and white too. Oh, baby, I was done. Oh, I was done. I was too through.
Smyra, I'm sorry. I misread your statement, Smyra. You weren't saying, okay. I misread what you said. My bad. I'm sorry. My bad. I misunderstood. It says he's nonverbal and saying that's my dad got me. I misread what you said. That's why I made the statement I made. My bad, boo. My bad. Until you live it, it can't be explained. I know that's right, Majani. I know that's right. And you're right. And especially by him being an educator. Yep. So Bully B is back at time. Cajun, don't you stop. You know what? I'm going to bed because I gotta go to work tomorrow and it's midnight. Can I tell you what's stupid? And you'll understand this as a former classroom teacher, El Teddy. So they told us that they want us to dress professional tomorrow because we're doing a group picture for the yearbook, right? A staff picture for the yearbook. But tomorrow is the last day. Well, not the last day, but tomorrow's a classroom day, which means I'm going to be in my classroom all day. So what you want me to dress like tomorrow? Exactly what? For me to be in my classroom all day, moving shit and climbing on stuff and stapling
and all of that.
I was like, normally, because now, El Teddy, normally they'll give us like a t-shirt, like a school t-shirt, and we'll all wear the same. We'll all wear our school t-shirt and we'll take a big group picture. That makes sense.
Professional or something like that.
Right. Like, I was like, what are you talking about? So then the yearbook, the teacher that does the yearbook was like, look, I just need from the waist up. So now that makes even less sense. So if it's a group picture, you maybe gonna all be in jeans and sneakers and then just be wearing a dress shirt. Like, it's stupid, but I haven't had a chance to really tell you. This week has been so much. I've already almost cussed. Listen, I've already almost cussed about no less than 3 to 4 people out. One person, the same person, I done almost cussed her out 3 times. It's a lot. It's a lot. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Thank you guys again. Thank you, El Teddy. You guys don't hesitate. Thank you for everybody who's donated to the snack fund. El Teddy's been giving you 2-a-days all week. Okay. And we are going to conclude tomorrow.
Yes.
And we're gonna see what it is. So I will talk to you guys later. Good night.
Good night, my love.
Let me get the hell out of here. Oh,
listen, y'all, we've had a hell of a time. We have enjoyed ourselves once again. Tonight, another great night. Great night of speakers. I listen. It was a great night. Great night. Loved Amanda Gorman. I loved Representative Andy Kim. Remember, that was the Asian guy who talked about cleaning up the rotunda after January 6th. I thought he was great. Loved Stevie Wonder. I loved Hakeem Jeffries. Bill Clinton was great. Josh Shapiro was great. Amanda Gorman was awesome. Wes Moore was Wes Moore did the goddamn thing tonight. Shout out to you, Wes Moore. Shout out to you. Pete Buttigieg knocked it out of the park, and certainly Governor Tim Walz was everything we needed him to be tonight. He was everything we needed him to be tonight. He was awesome. He was wonderful. Another phenomenal night, and we'll be up for it again tomorrow, y'all. I thank y'all so much. So many of y'all gave to the snack fund tonight, and I'm eternally grateful because I'm not going to monetize this video. So I'm so appreciative for everybody who gave and donated and sent the super chat and super sticker tonight. Y'all are awesome. I did not ask for it, and y'all gave it anyway. I am so also I think Ravine, if I'm not mistaken, I think Ravine gave a Cash App. Let me check that. My Cash App is real slow. Yes, Ravine gave a Cash App. Thank you. Thank you, Ravine, for your Cash App. Thank you so much for that. Ravine gave a Cash App, and I am grateful for that Cash App. Thank you, my love. I'm not even American, but baby, today I felt like one. Listen, when you come here and you live amongst us long enough, Mr. Pisces, I know you from over there in Europe, but you here now. You one of us. We claims you, so you could be an American. Did I get your Cash App? You ain't send one, Ty. Did I get your Cash App? Did you send one? Child. I'm not doing this with Ty. I also want to give a shout out to Lexi. Really B sent me a Cash App that Lexi sent me last night. She was having issues, and I probably should have put this up. Lexi was said she was having issues I think Monday night and wanted to give a cat, or either last night or Monday night, and she said she was having issues finding my Cash App, and if you need, there's the QR code for that. Listen, another awesome night. Put in the chat who your favorite was tonight and why. You could do that. You can put who your favorite was tonight and why they were your favorite. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here. It's late. I know y'all ready to go to bed, and so am I. Marcus, hey Marcus, put my Cash App up too. I got bills. I'm not doing this with you, Marcus. I'm not doing this with you. You silly. You is silly. Anyway, I definitely love what I just heard from Tim Walz, but I have to go back and watch most of it. Yeah, Tim Walz was great. Tim Walz was great tonight. Wes Moore was my favorite, was given future president. Wes Moore put himself on, he put himself out there. That was that was like 2004 Obama. Like 2004 Obama. Three-way tie, Oprah, Wes Moore, and Tim Walz. Yeah, they all were great. All were great. Listen, what this shows us is, and I do want to say this, what this shows us is the future is bright for the Democratic Party. If one person messes up or gets it wrong, guess what? Next man up. It's a lot of, and that's why if you've been rocking with me for a while, you can point back to over a year ago when they announced that they weren't going to have a real primary and that they were just going to let Joe Biden go uncontested through the primaries. I was upset because I was like, there are a lot of young up and comers in the Democratic Party that if you give them the chance, give them the platform, they can come and knock it out of the park. And that is what we're seeing right now. And I love seeing so many great people that we can look forward to. If anybody listen, what this should do is put everybody on notice. That's Kamala, Tim Walz, everybody involved. Play around, mess up, and there's next man up. There is someone waiting to grab the baton and carry the torch. So there's no margin for error. Don't think somebody ain't coming for it. I don't know that they're gonna have anybody speaking for Florida, Mr. Pisces, because they have devalued Florida, which is, and I've been talking about this recently. That's very unfortunate because Florida is within the margin of error and Florida is winnable. And I just wish that the Democratic Party could see that and spend money and allocate resources to Florida because Florida is winnable. We'll see. I'll see who they have tomorrow. We'll see who they have tomorrow and go from there. They have one speaker. Who do they have from Florida tonight? Let me think. Hold on. I still have the who did they have? Wait. Did I see Florida? I thought I just saw Florida. Oh, they had Debbie Wasserman Schultz. I don't really care for Debbie Wasserman Schultz that much. She did speak tonight, Debbie Wasserman Schultz. I don't really care for her. She get on my nerves. I don't have a lot of good stuff to say about Debbie Wasserman Schultz. I really don't. So I'm going to keep my mouth closed on that. No, that's who it was. It was Debbie Wasserman Schultz. That's who it was. I don't really care for her. I don't really care for her at all. She was over there. She's the one who voted on the amendment to censure the squad when they were calling for a ceasefire. Don't get me started. You're gonna be the lieutenant governor, Marcus, am I gonna see you next weekend in Orlando? You coming to Orlando? Anyway, I'm about to get out of here, y'all. It's been great. We'll be back at it tomorrow at 8:30. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged. They're much appreciated. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me again tonight. We about to get out of here. We about to go to bed, wake up. Well, I'm not about to go to bed. I'm going to watch some more commentary, and we'll be up for a while tonight. And then we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, and we'll do it all over again and have a lot of fun again. So, all right, Marcus. So I'll see you the next 2 weekends, child. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. Love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow or later today, I should say. All right. See y'all tomorrow.